Hello, hello, hi guys. Welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. We are back with another episode where this time for a change, we are going to be very happy. We're going to be completely shameless, out of context, reactionary. You can name it. All the vibes are immaculate presently at the football club, the Arsenal. A lot of things have gone down yesterday. A lot of people have said a lot of things against the Arsenal. It could be regarding Declan Rice's inability to show up. It could be regarding Arteta's inexperience in the Champions League. It could be about just MLS not being experienced enough to do well in a big stage. We are here to unpack all the things that have happened yesterday. But to help me out again, we have a very fun and a very what do we say? Tactical panel today. Aarush. Hey Aarush, how are you?
What's up?
Yeah, I got a bit carried away with the introduction. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you kind of messed it up, but let's just move.
Yeah. It is what it is. As always, our panel, the rest of the panel is delayed because of some or the other reason. I'm not even surprised at this point. If I mean, at this point, I think I'm obviously on time. You are on time, and then there is Mr. Parth, who may not be even there. And he's always ready to give us a heart attack. But yeah, oh, we already have a comment. Well, guess who it is from? Barca fan Ainsley.
Ainsley,
Vibes are immaculate. Sushi 2025. Yeah, bro.
I wonder why Ainsley is the first guy to comment to the comments. He knows
I
the
mean,
cooking session that's going to happen.
true. Well, speaking of people who are on time, who isn't this time is Parth. Hey, Parth. See, I know the phrase being fashionably late, but at the same time, bro, tell that how going to be like 2 minutes late, something. It will give us a heart attack. How are you? How are you?
Uh, I haven't slept well, and yes, I actually haven't been able to take out the two Declan Rice goals out of my head. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
um,
kinda cooked.
true. I mean, like, I don't pick beef with other people because I don't cook beef. But my God, the stuff that rival fans have been really salty about all week. Forget all week, just yesterday, right? Just 24 hours back, you had United fans. If you talk internationally, you had KG, you had Expression Sports, then you had Culture Camps, you had Raul on DR Sports, then you had this one, Rory Jennings on his personal show as well. If you come to the Indian scene, if I don't like pick names, but I guess we just have to do it, right? We had
It's kind of
Anshuman,
out there.
yeah, where we had
Yeah.
Ankit Bro, then we had this one, uh, who else? I remember seeing these two. Yeah, then
Mention
you
them out
had
with them.
no, the biggest comedy was watching Liverpool fans, especially few people. You know what, Chaka, I'll
Name
just
them,
say.
bro. Name
Yeah,
them, man.
especially Darshan bro running the agenda that we are Liverpool are lifting the title against a super team like this. Are you serious? In what world are we a super team where we do not have a striker, where we do not have our best defender of this season and last season, where we are starting an 18-year-old MLS who is still prone to a lot of things because of his age? And what do you mean? Like, did you guys get to see all of that? Like, what
I
are your
think
thoughts
I
regarding?
think they're using this win to leverage all the things that have gone
Yeah,
about this season
Mhm.
because now that we've beaten Real Madrid, wait, we weren't bad, right? We weren't bad the whole season because we've beaten Real Madrid. So I think it says a lot about how people nowadays come up to making such opinions, to be honest, because some of the shit we saw, like in the past week, at least those match predictions, match mixed lineups that we had and stuff like that, how all our players were downplayed, how our campaign to coming to this Real Madrid game was all downplayed. I think yesterday, at least for the ones who were all against us, have a little bit of respect for us now. If not a respect, I think a little bit they're a bit scared of us, at least now. Because they know
and
that if we're doing this against Real Madrid,
Hmm.
shit is actually serious.
It's
and I'm
actually
glad that this was when the world was there to watch us play. And this was when, this was at the biggest stage against the biggest club in the world,
Hmm.
at the biggest club competition, right?
Hmm.
So getting a result against Real Madrid, I mean, it wasn't a result, it was a thrashing. So
Hmm.
casuals would clock how good we are, and the ones who hate us know how good we are. And yeah,
Hmm.
they envy us, but they can't say it on screen.
True. That is true. Guys, we have 7 concurrent views. If you have not yet liked the stream, keep liking, keep sharing, and keep subscribing as we're trying to build a nice community. Arsenal side, but as a football community in the right way. Not trying to be
Yeah,
toxic, but
yeah.
at the same time having light banter and being fair regarding all results around the world. It could be like how Martinelli is better than Rafinha. But okay, we are here just for jokes, anyways. We'll take in a few comments and yeah, we'll go about the stream. Pratham says, "Come on, you gunners, come on, you gunners." Just here for Sucheet bro shirt. No, 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 no. I am.
Man, that was extremely suspect. That was extremely suspect.
Yes, Parth, you don't talk about suspect
You
talks,
guys
bro. You
call me
don't
out.
talk about
You guys,
suspect
nah,
talks.
nah, nah, hold on. You guys call me out for everything I type. This guy was out there showcasing his body, man. Come on. Come
See,
on.
I was
see,
like,
see,
first
see.
video, this guy's with his jacket or whatever he was wearing. Next video, I'm like, yo, what the fuck did you do after we scored those 2, 3 goals, bro?
See, I do not know how to explain it, right? Like
Did you feel
even
the
when
heat? Did you feel the heat?
in the room, I had the AC and the fan switched on. The AC was like in the in the lowest temperature, like in the 17 degrees Celsius thing. The fan was in like the third setting, like it was it, one, two, three.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
in third setting, right?
Yeah.
It was like cold, cold, and still I was feeling very hot, and I was like, I can't, and I just took, bro. See, scoring one free kick was mad. Scoring two was absolutely insane. Then having Merino score that third goal to like probably kill the game at the Emirates was something else, dude. Like I see, I'm not going to complain when I made this. 1 second, there's something fluctuating. Okay, huh. When I made this channel, I put out an introduction video where I said when I watch sports, I'm absolutely insane, shameless, and senseless. Well, yesterday I was insane, shameless, and senseless. Deal with it. I'm not even going to be apological about that. Just, yeah,
I
Yes,
pulled
sir.
I pulled off a gold bridge, man, when Rice put in the second free kick in. This is right. So this is my chair, and I was hiding behind it like this.
fair enough, fair enough. Like it was something that's like the many things that were happening that felt like unnatural. Like first of all, Arsenal scoring free kick. I know Saka scored against PSG, but what was the narrative? It is an indirect free kick. We don't consider that.
Ah, man, crazy.
And then I remember, I forgot which content creator put out that video where the art of taking a free kick is dying.
Macaroni, yeah.
Yeah, Macaroni. And then this bro comes and scores two world class finish.
Did you see Macaroni's reaction? Did you see Macaroni's reaction?
I saw.
So
Yeah,
fucking insane.
true, true, true. We'll take in a few more comments and then we have some special guests and some special entries for the channel. Ainsley, football game got cancelled, so had to show. Oh yeah, yeah,
Bro,
yeah. He told he was
hey
going
Ainsley,
to.
plan a tough, bro. Plan a tough when I come.
Um, Vivek, Dr. Vivek, hello sir, how are you? A regular on the channel. He seems to be a little bit busy and traveling, so these are his comments. Correction: we are a super team. That's why Liverpool plays with 12 on the field and 2 to 3 kilometers away. By the way, it's not about them, except Manus. I don't take Liverpool fans seriously, and you should. I mean, uh,
Not our opinion. Not our
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Sanchez Bro says emergency speak.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
Not for us.
not
yes.
for us. Not for us. That is how it
Call the
should be.
ambulance, but not
Yeah.
for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. We'll look towards it. Yep. Okay. We've given our piece regarding our first reaction on how insane the game was. Today, I've actually put out a tweet asking if you guys want to voice your opinions. Do let us know. We'll definitely incorporate you in the stream. With that being said, I had two people reach out to me. We'll add the first guest today. Vamsi. Hi, Vamsi. How are you? Are you still there with us?
Hi, hi, hi. How are you, man?
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
hi. How are you?
Good, good, good. How have you
Good
been?
man.
Nice, man. Like extremely happy since yesterday midnight. Let's say early morning. You can say.
Uh, give us a small
So, what
introduction
is it?
about who you are and like what's your name, who you are, and then tell us regarding the game.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Hi, guys. My name is Vamsi Pendiala. I'm studying in Nagpur, but I've grown up in UAE. So all my schooling I've done there. I've gotten a college in NIT through DASA category. So that's how I landed in India. I think I started supporting Arsenal in early 2018 after watching Chinese sports Arsenal rebuild. I think it was around the time Arsene Wenger announced he's going to set to leave the club,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was around that time I came to know there's something called as manager mode and all in FIFA because I was oblivious to that fact before. I was all cricket before that. Like I just got in a sudden shift.
Uh,
So after watching that, I fell in love with Arsenal. Like, and my friends all were Real Madrid, Barca, Bayern Munich fans. I was like the odd guy out with team playing in Europa League, top five, no top four prospects. It was so, man. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening to my camera. I've been trying to
don't
fix
worry,
it,
don't
but
It's
worry,
it's
don't
fine.
not
worry.
getting
Don't,
disconnected.
don't worry about the video. Don't worry. We have a guy who is on the channel without his video data history, so it's fine. It is fine.
Yeah. Half
Thanks
the
for the
viewers
video.
don't know how he looks like, but he's there.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, thanks,
Sometimes we
thanks.
forget how he looks like, but okay.
And at this time, I never watched any Arsenal matches because it's all 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Parents don't give permission to watch at that time. I was in grade 10, 10th, and also
Mm-hmm.
the Indian parents like पढ़ना है भाई 10th में पढ़ना है MPC लेना है 11th 12th में engineer बनना है. So all the shows going on. So I didn't watch any matches until 2020 once the lockdown was over and I finally got a laptop.
Uh,
And I think my first match, as everyone watched, was a Dortmund match as soon as lockdown was lifted.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It ended 4 years, 4-0. I'm like, yeah, man, football's back. And then fairly started watching regularly. And till December, I think 2020, that league form was so shit, man. Like, Arteta just kept doing something. Luckily, we won that FA Cup or something. Yeah, that was so nice to see, man.
Mm.
And I just continued supporting Arsenal. And season starts, we beat Liverpool in the Community Shield. I'm like, man, we're so back, top four, this and that. Gabriel comes in, Willian comes in, hat trick of assist. I'm like, oh, bro, what a steal for the free transfer. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes until the end of the season till he scores that free kick goal or something till he gets another goal. And yeah, but December when all that pressure was on Arteta, even I was like Arteta out at that time. On come ML Smith Rowe, Gabriel Martinelli, Saka, that three with Lacazette, I guess, against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Clark.
think we beat them. I think we beat them 3-1. I was when that match was going on. Before that match, I was actually on shopping with my mom and sister. By the time the match started, I'm like, Mom, I have to go back home. So I rushed back home and started watching the match. Never in my wildest dreams I expected 3-1, man. Like I was expecting to lose. We'll sack Arteta and Tuchel was out of job at that time. I'm like, if Arteta goes, Tuchel is the way. But Frank Lampard loses the job. Tuchel comes in. We win the FA Cup. And
They won the
proceedingly,
Champions
Tuchel
League.
wins the Champions League, man. At that point, I'm like, and maybe we should have let Arteta go. We could have gotten Tuchel. Maybe we could have won the Europa League. Um, it was like that. Was the mood around that, and I finished my grade 12 in 22. Came back to India for vacation. First match of the season, Crystal Palace. I mean, I traveled to India on the morning, so the match was at night. I was jet lagged. I was tired. Match was around 12:30 or something. And what a fucking team, bro. What pure vibes, bro. Gabriel Jesus. I'm like, man. what a player he was. And Saliba's first, I think, official match as well.
Yeah,
I I think they wore the pink kit, if I'm not wrong, as well in
yeah,
that
that was the
match.
first game. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that was superb vibes, man. Superb vibes. Crazy, man. And by the end of my first term in college, it was that Crystal Palace game 3-2. I think I just finished my exams on that day. I was watching the match. I remember, like, oh my, it was some 3-0, 3-1 or something. We're losing, and we just went out of a sudden 3-2. I was jumping out of my bed. My roommates were sleeping. They were like, bro, shut up. This you're sleeping. What nonsense are you up to? Yeah, I was so crazy, man. But that Saliba and Tomiyasu injury against Sporting,
Mm. Uh, yeah. I mean, this season, that's what we thought, right? Like, remember, uh,
uh,
in that game against Fulham, we had Margalis and Timber go down in the same game.
uh,
And this is one of the things. But yeah, what do you think about like the Madrid game, the big game, since probably like
oh,
2020 when the
man,
vibes were
I was
looking at
shivering.
Hmm.
Uh,
Go ahead,
I
go ahead.
think 24 hours before the game, I was shivering. I was just randomly messaging in that Gunners India group. I think Sucheet saw those messages. I'm like, bro, there's still time. Yeah, I was actually nervous at that time, but as match approached, I was feeling more confident and all. And I think Arteta did well playing Kivior instead of playing White. I think if you asked me before the match, I would have said play White, man, Kivior and all. What nonsense, Kivior,
Hmm.
you going to include him and all. But
Hmm.
barring one or two moments, I think I've never noticed Kivior like what Gabriel does pushing forward. I mean, if you see Gabriel, if there is a chance that the opposition is building up, he randomly pushes up the field and covers the players something. You
Right.
don't see Kivior doing that. He's a bit more restricted.
Hmm.
He was a bit invisible, but good invisible. It's not like he was ghosting the match. Whenever it was required, he did. He just showed up, few tidy
Hmm.
passes here and there.
Right.
I mean, fixing one problem, Arteta could have made another two issues while by playing white, I guess.
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I think that was good from his choice.
What were your initial reactions when Declan Rice scored that first and second free kick?
Man,
I know.
I was jumping up and down, man. Like I couldn't believe it, man. I saw
Hmm.
Nicholas Newell coming in, doing all his hand gestures, wicket in and all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And which I just, it's like a cricket bowler. Once he bowls so nice swing, man. Like he was actually like, oh, I'm getting good spin on the pitch.
Hmm.
And then randomly ball goes in. I'm like, damn, man, I was jumping up and down.
True.
But the most important before the free kick, I think in the first half, that triple save opportunity from Courtois and
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think Martinelli shoots it. I think he saves it.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So that was good. That was good to see, man. Like oh, we're good, creating good chances and all.
Hmm. 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 True. True.
That was nice to
Um.
see.
Yeah. Um. One last question. I mean, I do have something, but does the panel want to ask something, Vamsi, before we wrap up his pick? Any final
I
words?
just wanted to know the reactions of everyone who tuned into the match, man. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
mean, I have a question, but what do you think would happen at the Bernabeu? And if we end up going through, which team would you prefer, Aston Villa or a PSG?
Good question.
Ooh, man, I don't mind Villa since we beat them since season 2-0 and that 2-2 was Fugazi, man. You don't know they randomly got 2-2, bro. But I believe we can beat Aston Villa.
Hmm. Hmm.
PSG as well, but the only thing I scare PSG is because without Gabriel, I think it'll become more difficult. Their attacking line is more cohesive than Madrid, so
True.
I think
Yeah.
it will be a bit
True.
more difficult against them.
Yeah. And that's an important point you said. Like PSG have a cohesive team, whereas like Madrid have like stars. It kind of represents that
Ah, ah, ah,
past
ah,
PSG that we knew, na? They have stars,
Yeah,
but they are
ah,
exactly.
ah,
cohesive.
ah, ah, ah.
So, any final words before we wrap up your bit on the channel?
Yeah, one question, man. Like,
Yeah.
imagine if we do go to the finals, it's against Barca. What would you feel for it, man?
I
If we reach the
oh,
finals and Barca as well reach the finals, what would be your reaction? What would be your reactions?
See, firstly, I'd say if Barca have to go to the finals, they'd
They
either
have to
face
wait for
an
Inter.
Inter Milan. And
Hmm.
I think Inter Milan are one of
Ooh.
the only sides in Europe who can actually negotiate between a Barca side, what they are currently.
Yep.
Apart from an Arsenal that I can say, but in a
Hmm.
final, I can't say it. I can't predict a final. But
True.
in a semi-final, in two legs, I think
Hmm.
Inter can easily get the better of Hansi Flick.
Hmm.
So I would love a
Hmm.
Barca because I would want to see that fixture after so many years happening again when both the teams are at their prime.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's just see how that goes. We stay humble.
Hmm.
Yeah. Our biggest matches next week, man. We aren't thinking of who we play between Villa and
PSG.
PSG, and
PSG.
then the final man.
Hmm.
Mm.
Every game, every next game is our biggest game. That's how we play, right?
Oof.
We'll take in few comments and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. Dr. Vivek says, I was sleeping at the upper berth of my second AC couch and watching the game with data saver mode inside my blanket, and I couldn't shout and I didn't. Maybe the most important thing, guys, there is no
This is some
way
level of commitment, bro.
Man, this is incredible.
I couldn't.
Yeah, that's
There's no way I
crazy,
couldn't.
crazy, crazy.
Uh, Dr. Vivek says, huge respect, Vamsi Bhai. Yesterday's victory was for fans like you who supported Arsenal under Emery's second season. I should remember that.
The amount of shots we conceded versus Watford.
32.
Watford,
32, right?
getting
Yeah, we conceded 31
Thanks,
or something.
Vivek bhai. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No, actually, during every season, I was more like a highlight season thing because I didn't have any sport. There was no access to sports channel and Premier League football that time for me. I was in my 10th grade, so
Mm-hmm.
no time for that. I
we've
used to
had
wake up the
war
next day
crimes being
after the
committed at
match.
Arsenal. Not even lying, we've had war crimes being committed under Unai Emery, man. I'll never forgive that guy, man.
Bro,
Nah.
it's been 5 to 6 years that Unai Emery has left and he is still a point of comparison at bottom of the table.
Man,
Exactly.
he is like the radiations that are still active due to the Chernobyl
Yeah,
disaster, man.
Chernobyl,
I'm
haha.
telling you, he's that guy.
I'm scared I might get cancelled or something. I mean, because of my location, but yeah, it is what it is. It, talking about that Pinkett, that goal by oh yeah, bro, that
Zinchenko's
Bournemouth?
reaction for that
It
goal.
was
yeah,
No,
Bournemouth.
yeah,
Crystal
Bournemouth,
Palace.
Bournemouth.
Crystal Palace.
Oh,
Nah,
sorry,
Bournemouth.
Crystal Palace.
He scored that goal against
Crystal Palace, I guess.
Bournemouth,
I think
right?
Crystal
Crystal
Palace.
It was his debut as well. It was his debut as well.
in the
Yeah,
first
first
match
game.
we had.
No.
Yeah, Crystal Palace, bro. Zinchenko made that reaction for the
Hmm.
goal.
What?
Yeah. Bournemouth reaction that
Saliba,
Saliba gave and everyone gave was for Reece Nelson's goal. That wasn't in a
Nah,
Pinkford.
no.
Saliba's debut goal.
Against Bournemouth, I'm pretty sure.
Bro, it is Bournemouth. It is
Oh,
Bournemouth.
It was at the
Oh,
Vitality. It was at the
Uh-huh.
Vitality.
1-0.
Why
1-0.
did
Remember that
yeah,
game?
no, not 1-0.
It was at the Vitality, yeah.
Odegaard scored hat-trick that day, remember?
Odegaard scored a what?
Yeah, I think it was hat-trick that day. Or Jesus hat-trick. Or brace.
No
Something.
one
It was...
scored. Brace.
no.
Jesus must have
Joe,
scored.
I think it was a 2-0
Odegaard
victory,
hat-trick.
right?
Hmm.
4-0.
Yeah, I think 4-0 victory. That's what I remember it as. Yeah, exactly.
No, no
Yeah,
one
that
scored.
time, at that time,
The,
Bournemouth used to be relegation fodder. So yeah, we thrashed.
So,
yeah.
yeah. Anyways, Vamsi, thank you so much. I hope you still want to come on this stream later after this. And
Yeah, sure,
in
sure,
future,
man. It was a nice opportunity. Thanks, man.
yeah.
I mean, thanks to Sucheet and other panel members as well. It was the first time coming online to such thing, man. It was a very
Right.
nice experience. Thanks a lot for hosting me, man.
Yeah, no worries, man. See you soon.
Let's celebrate the Madrid victory next week, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Time to stay humble for now.
Mhm.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll take this. Pratham says, "Am I the only one who liked the first freaking more than the second?" I mean, it is a wonderful debate to have. To be
These
fair, no,
are the first world problems I want to face.
These are the crises, actually, bro.
Yep.
Bro, honestly, I'll tell you, I watched the first free kick and I didn't get time to actually celebrate that one because he managed to score the second one in like 12 minutes.
Mhm.
After the game, I just Instagram was full of reels, like I tweeted as well. Every second reel is a Rice edit. And it's too funny because every other supporter has a story saying that Declan Rice goal, this, that. People who don't know who Declan Rice is like, what a goal, bro. Champions League against Real Madrid. Who doesn't like this? Against Madrid and shit like this. That's when I deepen it. Bro, Roberto Carlos was in the stadium.
Oh
And
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy has done this. And the amount of curl he got on that shot. You
Mhm.
see any normal player, even in a training or even in a YouTube video or a compilation that they put up, you see Chris MD as well. His natural talent in free kick taking is one of the best.
True.
But that guy doesn't have the consistency this guy pulled up in 12 minutes,
Hmm.
thinking the fact that this guy has never scored a free kick in his life.
Yep.
Mhm.
If you see William Saliba's post-match interview, he's like, I was shocked seeing him because this guy has the most horrible free kicks in the training ground. And he said that. And it's just too funny as to how he scored two absolute banger of goals.
And
And
people are
we are
forgetting
in a
that.
debate of choosing which one is better now.
And we're forgetting that he even trained with Dimitri Payet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
True. I mean, it was sensational, man. Absolutely
Man, it
sensational.
was nothing else but divine intervention, man. Come on. I can see a halo over Declan's head. I can.
Either your time is done or something has happened if you're able to see it. Anyways, we stay humble, bro. Facts by Aarush, bro. True, true.
Nah. Man, advantage Madrid. Advantage Madrid.
You never really
Too
know.
much, too
You never
much.
really know.
Nah.
Pratham says our team's mentality is insane. Now bring on anyone.
We stay humble,
Okay.
bro.
Yeah, for whatever. Uh, bro, my TV switched off because of rain. I was watching the match in my room. Bro, lights off. I wanted to scream after the second free kick. The struggles that people went through to watch that game was insane, man. Like we had Dr. Vivek saying that he was in a train. First of all, getting
Man,
any
incredible.
network in a train
Internet
was
and the
insane.
train.
Exactly. And this bro was on data. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, and
Incredible.
I was watching it with Real Madrid fan. My roommate is a Real Madrid fan.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Should I have
I was,
used him? Should I have taken him in the post-match reaction video?
nah, nah, nah. He's a shy guy. So nah, nah. And also, I was supposed to go to a pub, but I was like too scared. I was puking before the match started. I puked during halftime as well out of tension. I was like, I can't, because in the first half, you know what? We'll come to that bit later. We'll take the rest of the comments and we'll come to our bit. Arnav, hey Arnav, how are you? Hello guys, how are you? Yesterday we rocked hater shot. True, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. We rocked hater shot.
average
It,
Instagram comment
It will
section.
follow.
regarding that comment. Let's stick to Santiago, bro. Bro, that is the biggest match now, and I have Barca fans telling me how they underrated Saka.
And for a fact, Saka is always going to stay underrated because he hasn't got the aesthetics on him.
Yep.
See, out of all the Brazilians there, right? Martinelli, Vinicius, and Rodrigo, I thought Saka was the best Brazilian there. But yeah, it is what it
Yep.
is. Uh, footballer, good evening, come on, you gunners. Hey, footballer,
We have
you could edit.
footballers joining the chat, bro. Oh my
And
God.
we have gone global.
They're going global. It was Bournemouth, yes. By the way, Parth, did you see Martinelli eating Val? Okay, we'll come to this. Dr. Vivek, we'll come to this.
By
Yeah,
the way, Parth.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
See, the
Okay,
casuals won't know how Parth is about Martinelli, but the ones who
true,
know it, see, they're pointing it out, bro.
true, true. But yeah, we'll take the rest of the comments later. For now, we have another guest who wanted to be on the stream for a while before I took that long break from YouTube. He did reach out to me if you wanted to have a show. Let's call upon our friend Dushyant. Hey Dushyant, how are you?
Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing good here,
Yeah.
and it's very nice to finally come on Sucheet's Bros channel. And यार बस कमाल कितना यार राइस ने था छा गए भाई छा गए छा गए पंजाबी आ गए ओए ऐसे से है ना
I mean, I yesterday was swearing in Spanish, so it makes sense. Anyone can speak anything.
No, yeah. And the Arsenal fans were going crazy. They were chanting along, "Are you Tottenham in disguise?" Like, can it get any comedy and like that chant is freaking perfect. But the crowd was freaking insane. The
Yep.
what the players wanted, what the manager wanted, what Arteta wanted, it was exactly that. Man, I was just getting goosebumps seeing the angel song singing, the crowd. It was nothing like I have ever seen. That was the best Emirates Stadium I have ever witnessed. Like
For
for all the years that I have been supporting Arsenal, that has to be the best atmosphere, the best fans that we had, and kudos to everyone. Oh yes, that's what exactly I'm talking about. Are you talking? Oh my god! But
Yeah.
we should
Go on,
maybe
go
we
on.
should talk about the. I know Declan Rice, and we have been talking about his free kicks, but let's talk about Miles Lewis Kelly, bro. 18 years old, making his debut in Champions League. What a player, man! What a player! And
Mhm.
like he was superb in that game in the first half, even like when couple of players we were struggling. So he was the one that was stepping up and taking the control and getting that inverting left back role. So that was like one of his
Mhm.
best games. And I have to say, after Ashley Cole,
Mhm.
I think he's the one, left back that I can say is going to make make it
Yeah.
for us. But
bro,
I have a question
sorry.
for you guys. I have a question for you guys.
Uh,
Now that he's playing that left back role, does he play the number 8 role next season, or does Arteta stick him at left back only? Because it's a very tricky question. Because I think he can be a good left eight. I I genuinely do.
See, I'll
mm,
answer this question. Firstly, um, whenever Miles Lewis Kelly has played in the academy at midfield, he's never played as an eight. He's always played as a six,
Hmm.
Six.
and that's
Six.
his best position because he
mm,
can carry the ball and play those passes. What I see him do next season is continue to play left back and play
Hmm.
midfield roles because he played a midfield role once. We made changes yesterday. The
mm,
first
Hmm.
time we actually saw him play a midfield role start in that zone when
right.
Tierney and the rest of them came inside.
Mm, mm,
What I think will happen is the same thing. He will continue from left back. I don't know if Fury is going to be the first choice, but both of them give us something different.
mm,
One
Yep.
has that natural attacking instinct, whilst not being defensively that great. The other has the defensive instinct and can carry the ball in longer spaces and break games. Both bring different, but I think he's going to continue at left back and he's also getting his contract really soon. So
mm, mm,
Hmm.
very, very exciting times coming up.
Yeah, both like before the season started, we were not expecting this, like right? Like all of us fans can agree to that. Like even Ethan, like when he broke in, we were not expecting to him or even MLS to have such an impact on our this season, current season. But
mm,
it has been a revelation from both of these youngsters, and now like Max Dauman is on the way. It's like freaking like what are we doing in the Hale hand? Like he's 14 or 15, man. What were we doing? We were watching Pokemon in our bedrooms when we were 14 or 15 years old, and this guy is freaking scoring, like training with our first team, against when we are preparing for Real Madrid. So,
mm,
like, this is unheard of. Like,
mm.
I hope like we see him next season making debut, hopefully. But yeah, I'm really excited to see him play for us.
And also
But
one
it will
interesting
be
point
good.
regarding your question, Dushan bhai, is that
Hmm.
we as fans need to sometimes stick around just as fans, right? The
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
that Merino is out there scoring goals as a striker.
Always.
Sometimes you have Fury ending up there against like a great example is against Forest. Score like,
Yep.
did a shimmy and almost scored with his right foot. Made no sense. And then the way Declan Rice has been utilized. Some fans are saying he's not world class because he can't have that half shift. Half shift? Is it called half shift?
Yeah,
No, what's
Half
it?
half
turn. He
shift,
can't play on the
Sorry,
half
half turn.
turn.
Half.
half
He
turn.
can't play on the half turn. So I'm saying he needs to stick with the number six position because he's the best there and all. And look at him now. Yeah.
I feel like personally, I feel that Rice is much better at eight than six because of his ball carrying ability and the way he presses and takes the ball back from the opposition. It is relentless and he's really good at it. And now that he's scoring goals from long range, like even free kicks and all, so he's like he can develop in that role very like good, but he there are some parts of that role that he still has to make grow on. But I
Improve.
can see his development coming in that role. Maybe like if we sign Zubamendi in the summer, maybe we
Yeah.
go back to the double pivot kind of a role with Zubamendi and Rice playing together, and Rice is the more aggressive one and Zubimendi stays back. So I can see that happening next season, and then Odegaard plays more of a traditional number 10 role instead of number 8. I think that might be the next thing that happens. But speaking about Merino, man, that finish was like wow.
First
The
step.
the way he places himself, like takes the space in the penalty box and finishes.
Hmm.
I call him Mikel Van Merino,
Oh,
after our Van Persie. So like that's a fabulous finish, like absolutely sensational. The way
Uh,
I have been surprised, to be very honest, with his finishing. Like I wasn't expecting him to be such a good finisher for us. He
he
has been way better than Giroud even. So I don't know if that makes sense, but he has been really good. He like I was questioning before he we signed him, like what will he bring to the team? But
hmm.
he has been really good so far, especially in the striker role. He has been good.
I have few couple of questions, but before I say anything, I'll let Arush and Parth ask their questions if they have something.
uh, okay. So, what do you think will be our summer signings? I mean, just throwing it around, but who do you think it will be?
Like honestly, I can see the people that we have been linked with have been very now is like going to the very confirmation bias, like
Yeah.
Zubimendi, Gyökeres, and couple of other signings. And maybe I think we will sign another defender. One or two defenders we will get in because we are losing Zinchenko, we are losing Tierney, we are also without Gabriel for the start of the season, and then we are very injury prone with the backline with Timber, Calafiori, and others. So we will be signing, I think, one or two defenders more. There is also one youngster coming in. If I know Aarush will know him.
Mali
His
Sama.
name is Malu
Mali
Salmon.
Salman.
So he's also like coming, but he's still quite young.
He's
And
15.
but yeah, he's 15. So yeah, but so I think Zubimendi, I have been like a little questionable about him. Like, will he have that impact, or will he be, take us to that next level that we are kind of hoping for? Because I'm not like भाई इसको तो हमने लेना है, वो जो होता है ना एक थोड़ा सा कि एक प्लेयर को देख के वी आर गोइंग लाइक हाँ भाई इसको तो लेना है. मे बी इफ वी साइन किमिच, I think that
He's
could
just
be a
signed a contract.
very interesting signing if
Who?
He
we
signed a
do.
contract.
He
अच्छा
signed a
साइन ही
new
साइन
player
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट.
contract with
Yeah, yeah.
Bayern. Yeah.
अच्छा हो गया है. ओके ओके आई
You
डिडंट नो
should
दैट. तो
test
फिर तो
you
जुबेमेंडी. And I'm still very uncertain about Gyökeres, to be very honest. मेरा थोड़ा सा प्रेफरेंस सेस्को पे है ज्यादा क्योंकि he is much younger and he has more room to grow. But maybe the new guy that has come in, Andre Berta, he is much more of a preference to our previous guy, Gyökeres. Maybe he knows his agents better, so maybe that way he can get the deal done better on a better terms or a better pay structure and all those kind of things. So maybe that's the reason we have been linked more to him so far. And I have a question for you guys, as for Par especially. If you were given a choice between Leao and Nico Williams, who will you take if you
Nico
had a
Williams.
choice?
Nico
Nico
Williams.
Williams.
Purely for
Oh,
the
interesting.
purely for the chance creation and the winger that we need. I mean, I see Rafael
Hmm.
Leao more as an inside forward, but I'm more of a person who wants a winger to create more chances for our strikers and for the runs that our midfielders will be making. So yeah, it would be
Hmm.
Nico Williams for me, and also for the fact that Rafael Leao's stocks have fallen quite a bit.
So
And
that
his
could mean we could get him for a cheaper price, na? Like when we were
not
linked,
not really
I
with the
know.
fact that AC Milan are having problems
Yeah,
in their club.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
would look to
But
sell
you,
certain talents for expensive prices.
yeah, yeah. But you know what my dream signing would be? We have been not linked with him so far, and I don't think he will come or they will sell him. But I really would like Nicolo Barella from Inter Milan. I
Barella, man.
think
That would have been the
that
dream.
yeah,
Yes.
I think if we maybe him or maybe we sign like Eze. I think Eze can make our like that attacking force and midfield kind of have that instant impact on. He can play many roles in that,
Yeah.
but he will be expensive again. Crystal Palace will probably ask like
60 or
70-80 million.
Mhm.
So, but those are the we definitely need a striker. तो गायकोरस आए या सेस्को आए जो मर्जी आए यार, पर हमें स्ट्राइकर तो चाहिए.
True, true.
Yeah.
Striker is needed.
Arush, you want to ask him something?
not really. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask this. Yeah, yesterday there was a lot of debate, no? Like who should be our centre back pairing, Kivior or Saliba. And in the end, people wanted Kivior because of the balance, the left foot and right foot ka balance. People wanted Ben White because it's that fact that Ben White is more confident than Kivior in general, at least in the series. But since Kivior has started yesterday, did you notice some important things that has happened in the game? Because I did. I just wanted to know if you did. Dushyant bhai. Like, we'll discuss as well.
Like
Hmm.
I think I did notice. I didn't know if it was the same things that you kind of had the preference for. But I
Ah,
think the passing kind of a thing from the back and the way he was clipping the balls and
hmm,
making the passes was really impactful and really helpful. So that
hmm,
I felt was really helped our attack and midfield to get in behind on many occasions and have that certain when we have a left footer it really helps. And
hmm,
जब
Yeah.
right footer खेलता है, like for example it may have been Saliba or it may have been Ben White, so वो same impact would not be there. So I
hmm,
think that made definitely made a difference to our
Yep.
playing from the back thing. But there were times when I was pretty scared,
hmm,
especially when Kivior gave that square pass away. मेरी तो
hmm,
भाई जान निकल गई थी. I was like भाई ये तो कर गया गोल, अम्बापे ने कर दिया गोल, मैं तो भाई हो गया था उधर ही.
True,
But
true, true.
especially but thank God he was offside, तो
Hmm,
बच गए वहां पे. But
hmm,
yeah, I think Kiwior played really well, and now the real test of him begins because
hmm,
next week we are going to Madrid away.
hmm,
That will be the game where he will be tested the most because I think we will be much more on the back heel kind of a thing because it's their home and they will be attacking us a lot.
They have to chase the victory.
yep.
Yeah.
Did he
Dushyant,
disconnect?
did Dushyant bro like disconnect altogether? Um,
I
hello?
mean, his camera has glitched
Ah,
since
yeah,
then.
yeah. His
Yeah.
camera is glitched for a while. I just checked Twitter if he's saying something.
Ye- In the meantime, we can just take the comments. But
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, we'll take the comments. Where did we go? Okay. We'll start with this Roberta Carlos Dua Lipa was at the stadium and she was shocked. I mean,
Yo,
we
I
we
was
got
thinking
heritage.
of bend it like Beckham, but this is not the bending we were talking about. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Nah, bro.
Anne
This is
Hathaway, Dua
crazy.
Lipa, Rihanna. We got
We are
India's
but
starting a
What Squadron
franchise.
Mustafi doing there?
Mm,
What is Syed Kolasinac doing there? Oh, yeah.
they are
uh,
protecting them, yeah. They are the
Ah,
protectors, ultimate protectors.
mhm. uh,
But we got the streets, man. We got Dua Lipa, we got Rihanna, we
yep,
got Annie Hathaway. We got
yep.
the
mhm.
streets,
And
man. We have the streets.
I'm skipping few comments so that we can like talk about it later. But so I'm just like talking what is relevant to like the strength. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
This reminds me before the free kick we were doing the same thing of over depending on the
Yeah.
right hand. True.
There was a
Hmm.
reason for it. There was a reason
Mm,
for it. We'll
mm,
get to it later.
yeah. MLS Matt Talent man, unreal aura. Forget
Yeah.
aura. Bro was 18 years, was able to body the shit out of like a 26-year-old guy. But yeah, it is what
I
it is.
mean, he showed levels to an ex-Ballon d'Or player, but respect to Modric, of course. But he got the
Modric.
hate every time he was on the ball because,
Mm-hmm.
of course, someone coming from Tottenham is not going to get a good reception at the Emirates.
True, true,
Fair
true.
enough.
Man, remember the comment that Gary passed, man. He would be getting a standing ovation.
Where is
Oh
Gary?
yeah.
Where is Gary?
Where is Gary
Where is
today?
Gary?
Where is Gary today?
Where is I don't have him on Twitter. I don't know who that guy is. I don't. Where
I
is,
think he came from Ayush Lala's channel that
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. Lala's
uh,
channel, yeah.
correct,
आज
correct.
आज तो आधे लोग गायब होंगे ना आधे लोग तो will be in their dens, bro. No one is coming
Now
out.
they'll be talking. Now they'll be talking about the remontada that's about to
Mhm.
happen at the Bernabeu.
Because last time, every 5 minutes, Valverde said this, Valverde said
Well,
that. And so, I'm like, bro, now you come, you come. Wilton Suji said this, Ayush said, Arush said this, Par said this. You come, bro. Where is that, bro? Uh,
But
uh,
I just have to say one thing. Like in famous Kobe Bryant words, jobs not finished.
yeah,
What?
yeah, exactly.
Jobs not
We're
finished.
staying
We have
humble.
to
We are staying
we have to
humble.
stay humble. We have to stay humble.
true,
Yeah.
true, true. Dr. Vivek says Sidhu Moosewala was also gunner. Hello, Vishnu. Welcome to the welcome. Regarding MLS,
Well,
he's for an Arteta or a Pep system. His match made in heaven. His physicality is true. Agreed.
There's a difference between there's only a difference of a single thing between Rico Lewis and Miles Lewis Kelly. It is the physicality.
Physicality, agreed. Like people want to like say that he's bad.
Now he gets criticized a lot, man, Rico Lewis. But again, he's a very good talent. It's just that he got thrown into the deeper end and he couldn't flourish. Whereas
yep.
when it came to MLS, man, he rose.
Hmm.
अरे पार्थ भाई देयर इज वन अदर डिफरेंस रिको लुइस की शक्ल अच्छी नहीं है माइल्स लुइस की ज्यादा अच्छी है he looks much better to be very honest but to be honest Miles Lewis Skelly reminds me of Musa Dembele with
Yep.
his physicality and his dribbling skills, man. The way
George
he
spoke to me.
can take the ball in
George, yes.
control and
George
just
Yep.
spoke to me.
madly go to मस्त मजा आता है यार उसको देख के and he also got the assist for the third goal na he got the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
assist
Merino.
I was a little surprised मेरे को पहले लगा जब उन्होंने replay दिखाया ना कि that Trossard was going to be offside I was like नहीं please give it
They were
please
the commentators were even talking about it being offside, and then the
हाँ
play resumed. Then the
हाँ
play
I
just
was like
randomly resumed.
and since we are talking about the free kicks we didn't I didn't get the chance to really explore that way my reaction was like first जब free kick बजी ना and I was like मेरे को लगा कि वो बोर्ड पे लग के पीछे वाले
Yes,
नेट पे लगी
yes, yes,
and I was
yes,
like
yes,
when the
yes.
commentator said कि it is a goal है really
Yep,
भाई
yep.
मैं ऐसे था मैं दो मिनट के लिए बोल नहीं पा रहा मैं कहा ये सच्ची में अंदर चली गई है एंड फिर सेकंड वाला जब मारने लगा मैं क्या नहीं ये तो नहीं हो सकती एंड देन डेक्लन राइस स्टेप्ड अप एंड फकिंग पुल्ड इट इन द टॉप बिन्स आई वाज लाइक भाई ये क्या लेवल का गोल मारा है तूने, तेरे को पता भी है, अंदाजा है तेरे को थोड़ा सा भी, तूने क्या कर दिया यहाँ पे? इट वाज थोड़ा सा भी बॉल इज लाइक राइट, थोड़ी सी भी होती ना, इट वुड हैव हिट द वो पोस्ट एंड मे बी
Yeah.
गोल ना होता या बाहर चली जाती. द
I mean,
प्लेसमेंट, वाओ.
statistically, if you see the chances of that going in was 0.97 xg, and the chances of that being missed was at 3%. A chance
Yep.
of
भाई ये
3% can't be saved by like at least 4 keepers on a goal, by the way.
भाई ये 3% का कौन ले रहा है सिस्टम? मुझे ये प्रोबेबिलिटी बताओ, कौन सेव कर रहा है वो गोल? कौन सा कीपर है दुनिया में? Like that has to be 1 xg because of the, I think the system is not taking into account of the shot power that he put into the shot. That was like crazy यार, बहुत ज्यादा. और जो शक्ल थी ना यार, प्लेयरों की शक्ल, ओहो, तड़का लगा के मस्त भेज दिया है. उनकी शक्ल देखने वाली थी, स्पेशली मैड्रिड फैंस की. मजा आया यार, क्या मजा आ रहा है यार.
True. Anyways, Dushyant bro, thanks for coming in. Do join us in the chat as well. We'll definitely take in your comments, and yeah, for the upcoming streams, do let us know. We'll definitely integrate you in the channel as much as possible. Okay.
Yeah, man, thank you for the invite, and thank you for all the panel members, especially Ayush and Parth. And I have to say, Aarush, you are doing a fantastic job, and wishing you all the best for your upcoming website. And same for Parth. Parth ke tweets are so funny and so brilliant. I do follow him a lot. And same Sucheet bhai, wishing you the best for your streams, and yeah, definitely will be joining for more.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
bro.
you.
Yeah, that's for the fans getting involved in the stream. If anyone wants to be involved, do let us know. Remember when we said that we are a group of people who do not end up coming early? Well, one of them is this bro, Salman.
Van Persie. I was waiting for that. Van Persie,
Juan
man.
Persie, oh yeah.
But yeah, for the 12 concurrent views out there, please keep liking, keep subscribing to
12.
channel. Yeah, we are 12 concurrent views. That's great.
You
Okay,
didn't
let's
read my
take-
comment though. I'm kind of sad.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
read,
reading many.
go through the comments. Go through
We
the
will
comments.
come. Now we'll go through the comments like
Quick.
Uh,
Yeah, quick.
Ainsley. Low scale is better than Balde. Agreed. Bro, low scale was perfect as the inverted fullback, double pivot role, and Timber was so good. True, bro. True.
Cook.
Sorry, Dushyant bro, but
Oh,
bro, he's not
भाड़ में
in
जाए
Riot.
वो, अरे
भाड़ में
बाप।
जाएगा और okay, that
Who's
must be
who's the what's the
Let me
context?
pull out my Van Persie jersey.
What's the context?
Nah, man. Nah.
So Dushyant bro was like Merino finished that goal like Van Persie. So that's when we were.
I could see that honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
The bowler says, will Maldini promote to senior team?
Maldini Kachuri.
Kakuri, bro.
Oh yeah,
Maldini is he's gonna be loaned out next season.
I think he'll be loaned out.
but I think he has potential though. Yeah.
Ball knowledge. Hey, welcome, ball knowledge.
Ball
Good chat.
knowledge.
I think he's regarding someone.
Finally, some ball knowledge on this channel.
Yeah.
I mean, when you said that you want Watkins over Gyökeres, you want Gyökeres over Watkins, right?
Yeah, Berta agrees with me. Yeah.
Oh, Berta said you want
People on the stream even wanted Tammy Abraham, man. So yeah, I actually.
See,
Every
somebody.
stream we find a way to go back like this and then come back to Tammy Abraham.
Parth, you wait. We will bring up the Martinelli things then you finished.
Okay.
Bipra, oh yeah. Hey Bipra, welcome. Toda late ho gaya, but how are you guys? We are beautiful, we are happy, we are tired, but we are sensational. I hope you're doing well as well. No man will be integrated next season. Okay.
No.
So regarding, I read this rule why he's not getting a chance to play this season is because he's been, he's been registered as an under 15 player. For a player to be involved in the men's team, he needs to be minimum be registered in the under 16 team.
Yep.
He could be a 12-year-old guy registered as an
Before
under
the start
16
of the
team.
season.
Yeah, exactly. Before the start of the season, he needs to be integrated.
Maybe
He needs
Carabao
to be
Cup matches next year. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you're playing Bolton, something like that, maybe.
I mean,
Mm.
considering that he has to be locked in for the
Hmm.
future, he will be given how
Yeah.
Ethan was played in versus
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brentford.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think he'll
Something
also
like
be
that.
given that chance.
Yeah.
Hmm. By the way, Merino has outscored every Premier League attacker since he started playing in that position. Even 150 million is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
There, there's
Only
three players. There's three players who have scored. There are actually two players who have scored more goals than Mikel Merino since February. One is Bruno
Haaland?
Fernandes, and the second is your love Marco Asensio.
Yeah.
Third is Mikel Merino.
See,
yep.
when I identify talent, they always outshine. Yeah, bro.
Mm.
Mr. Bollard says Sesko, Zubimendi,
Zubidoo.
I like
Garcia.
Zopido.
Garcia,
Then
Nico
Shaw.
Williams, or Semenyo. That's a good shout. Left back or midfield, depending on MLS progress. Agreed. But from what we've been hearing, at least from Twitter, is that MLS will lock in the left back position and will come into the midfield depending on the tactics or like how the substitutions are made. So I think there's a lot of time to see regarding that. Eze will hit like crack. Dushan Pro said that he would prefer Eze at Arsenal as well. It'd be nice. It'd be a nice World Cup. You all are judging players how they're playing under their coaches respectively, but we all know how Arteta makes players with potential. Rice was a number 6 since he arrived in Arteta's system.
Yeah.
Oh, bhai.
Oh, my.
Pratham Bro says,
Ukrainian
I
team.
want Ukraine.
Oh,
Modric.
Modric.
Lord Modric.
Mhm.
Lord Modric.
I mean, he's so dope that he got tested for anti-doping.
He's
I mean, I remember
He is
before
so
we
dope.
signed him, all those TikToks of him dancing got famous, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he was ahead of the
he
curve.
worked for us and then he went to Chelsea.
Mhm. Kivior has a rare talent Van Dijk have. That distribution through kept Essential Rudiger or
Comparison is not fair, but his passing is quite
I
crazy.
get the passing part, but like
Just seeing Kivior and Van Dijk in
I
same
think
sentences.
more than Van Dijk, he has his passing like Huijsen from Bournemouth. It's
Hmm.
very similar.
Mason, yeah.
The weight of the pass that they both play,
true.
and Huijsen
It
can
looks
play both
effortless.
foot. Yeah,
It
it
looks
looks
effortless as
effortless.
well. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ukrainian Neymar, exactly. Dr. Vivek says the same thing. Modric has had
Modric had that villain arc in him, man. Bring.
Now he's going through the JLR.
Yeah.
Uh,
The villain got jailed.
It's an FC, man. It's an FC.
I still think he has abundance of talent. If Arteta got him,
If he got him like raw talent, yes.
Low key, I agree. Low key, I agree.
See, agreed. See, he was actually showing signs of it, like end of Poch this thing, the last 3-4 matches of Poch, he was showing
If
signs.
Arteta got him in the raw form when he went to Chelsea, that form, then
He could have done, man. He could
done
have.
something with
And
him.
considering what period we were in that time as well, I think
Yeah.
fans would have
100%.
been
Yeah.
acceptable with what he was.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
True. Yes. You guys forgot about Kim. See, we
Kim.
don't talk.
Oh,
we don't-
yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
talk about this.
Who's
We
that?
don't
That's
talk
something that we don't talk about, bro, because that was a negative curse to us.
about- Yeah, I swear.
Oh, no.
Everything went downhill after that. Yes, of course, Mr. Sikandar said. Dua Lipa,
Salman, get it.
Kamavinga, Alaba doesn't matter asking for Champions League. It's peak NBA meet for any. What?
Yeah, there's one analyst in basketball. He kind of rhymes all the names, and then he like Lakers in
Oh,
5. Yeah. So just any
Red,
TBD
red,
Garnacho.
Osama Betra.
All haram talks, bro.
by the way, we created yesterday at Emirates. Dude, the videos and
Man,
pictures that have come out from
incredible.
the stadium, insane, dude.
Yeah,
Like
it was
many,
insane.
like many content. I mean, many of these main tweets that come from the teams, right?
My
They
friend
say,
was at the game. Yeah.
Like, when they say that they enhance the audio and all of that, but like when actual fans posted the videos, bro, it was insane.
No, actually it's the opposite. In most of the cases, the TV mics are like reduced in
Yeah.
sound.
No.
That-
I'm saying like when like an official team posts their own video, the audios are generally enhanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in the TV it's reduced.
Yeah.
TV, obviously. The moment that Merino did that third goal should be hyped up.
And I absolutely agree. The steps he took back for
Yeah, yeah.
Luis Kelly to play the pass into
He read
space,
it
man, it was
very well, bro.
incredible.
He darted
Yep,
in and then went out. Yeah,
yep,
that was awesome.
perfect.
Just in gap.
I mean,
Justin.
we knew that. We knew
I mean,
that.
He's
okay.
out for the season.
So then,
Yeah, but basically is 4 months. So, yeah.
Okay, let me try reading this. हम पुराने वाले फैंस है ब्रो. ये XG वगेश बस अमीरों और
वगैरह 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 भाई वगैरह.
what?
ये shit.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Bagish.
He said that. बस अमीरों और नर्डियों के चूचले है. As Drog Baba said, देखना से ज्यादा important है. I guess. Agreed. See, that is why Jokeris is still like an iffy thing. As per stats, Jokeris is insane, but as per eye test, he's like so boring to watch now. But yeah, we'll talk. The all on this is Mbappe's reaction is too good to see. He's learning on the pitch. He regrets going to Madrid. He should have been there at the Emirates wearing the red and white, scoring against Madrid. But yeah,
He said, so he was ahead of the curve basically, right? So when he was asked whether he wants to join Arsenal or not, he said that it is too cold in London. I don't disagree, man. We are a cold team. Come on.
But considering Rice cooked, the pitch should have been warmer.
What did someone just?
He's catching strays. Salva's catching strays.
I don't know what happened.
Why did I get?
I didn't see it.
wait.
He's catching strays.
Why what happened?
I
Why
didn't see
did-
this coming, but okay.
Why did I catch a stray?
Wait, is this catching stray? I don't know. What is this?
He doesn't know what BKL is, Sucheet.
What's BKL?
I didn't.
Barca ka Londa. It's Barca ka Londa, man. Come on.
Why am I catching a stray for no reason?
I mean, in this panel, everyone has gotten that one day where everyone has been catching strays. So I think this is your turn, sir.
It's Aarush who catches them the most.
No, but Ainsley's seen me every video. Like, I don't know, like, it's not some random guy.
True. By the way, 13 concurrent views, insane, man. From like 8, 9, 12, not today 13, inshallah. When we lift the UCL trophy, it'll be like 100, but yeah, it is what it is.
Man, this guy, man.
Footballer says Liao is different from Martinelli, Nico. Liao's goal,
Yeah,
his goal
exactly.
score efficiency, Nico can do.
No.
But he can
Don't put efficiency next to Liao. That's not.
Yes.
Yeah,
Agreed.
he's not a good goal scorer, man.
Whenever I seen him like play, he misses so many chances. He kind of
And he's not consistent at all.
हाँ, exactly. सिकंदर भाई वेलकम. वैसे मालिनी का नहीं पता है, but I'm waiting for Miso.
Oh, Meso,
that-
the
that-
young African guy
Mm.
who is from the academy.
Who's
Hmm.
Miso?
Bro,
During
remember
lockdown, we signed
lockdown
him.
time? There
Yeah.
was this guy who was known for his skills and stuff like that, and Arsenal ended up signing him after
Mhm.
videos online.
Bro,
At the
is
academy.
something during
I
the
don't know
lockdown.
where he is, bro. There's no talk about him at all.
But he's at the academy still, or no?
God
No,
knows.
no,
God knows.
he's still there. He's like 12 years old or 13 years old now. But yeah, we'll see. I think he meant Aarush. Aarush bhai, surely you got that Van Persie jersey to burn it when we win the league. Kai Havertz has more.
That fraud.
यार रैमसेल को बुला दिया.
He's linked with Newcastle today.
Yeah. True.
So he's gonna replace either of a Nick Pope or someone there.
Yeah.
I think Nick Pope. Yeah.
Be replacing Dubravka.
Oh, also talking about release clauses, I just saw Liam Delap's release
Delap,
clause is 30 million.
30
If they
million.
get
What?
That's
Only
so
30.
less for him.
Hold on.
So less.
You wanted a Sesko replacement, right? if you're not going for Sesko, go for this guy. Get in a
Dilap.
proper striker, get in Delap for 30
Bro,
million.
if
That
we
30
want two
million.
strikers, Dilap for 30 million is a steal, bro.
Yeah, it
man,
is insane.
get him, man, get him.
Also, one more news: Salah is closing in signing a new deal with Liverpool along with Van Dijk.
What?
Both are
Both of
signing.
them?
Yeah.
Van Dijk told that he's close.
Source?
Yeah.
I mean, Fabrizio put out.
Whoa,
Mhm.
that's good for them, man.
Great.
So, Park is
Honestly,
That's
Salah I'm surprised, but Van Dijk I'm not. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Damn, so
17
Arteta is
seconds
not
ago.
gonna get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Arsenal forward options age is at 25, Jokic is 26, Sesko 21, Nico 21, 22, Leo 25, Seven 25, Sane 20. No,
Sane, man. Throwing
No, but
Sane like we won't notice. Throwing Sane like we won't notice.
No, but like Bild in Germany told that Arsenal is interested in. I mean, they're pretty reliable for German sources.
Aarush in Darknet trilogy, Joker wasn't that dangerous, but then he went to jail and all hell broke loose.
No, man.
Okay.
If you're comparing Mudrik to him,
Mudrik is a joker.
That atmosphere is all about Ashburton Army.
Yes, man. Yep.
true.
Merino separation from Rudiger was pro to something.
Love story created.
Saka boarding Bellingham was my favorite moment.
Yeah, true. Hello guys, Dushit. Yeah, this is his YouTube channel. Do subscribe to him. He plans to come back very soon, so do keep supporting him.
Yep.
Vipra says, I think we need to give flowers to Partey as well. Has been very underrated yesterday. In the preview show, we said that Partey would be crucial it will be crucial when he is battling it out against Jude. I think Partey came out really well.
Partey was really good, bro. At least
Man.
in intercepting play whenever they wanted to create transitions. The reason Kiwior didn't feel the pressure is because of Partey and Saliba. Because Partey, I think he read the game very well. And through him, we created lots of chances in the first half. And then obviously holding position and stuff like that, playing those passes, just taking those extra touches, taking those not so extra touches. I think Partey did a very good job.
I feel that what contributed to that was Madrid's passive press. They weren't pressing him at one point. I mean, I saw multiple instances where Partey was right between Mbappe and Vinicius, and both of them were just like staring him, and he's dictating play from there. And I'm like, what are you guys doing, man? See. Hold on. If you were to name our top three performers from yesterday, who would they be?
Obviously Declan Rice. Second, I would say Timber. Third, I would say Partey or Saka.
And this guy reads my mind every single time.
I was thinking, see, if you remove Declan Rice, right, because that's
For
the most
me,
obvious
it's
answer.
Saka, Rice, and Lewis Kelly. Yeah.
Same. Like if you remove Declan Rice because that's an obvious choice, mine would be Taka, Timber, and MLS.
Bro, this was one of those performances in this whole season where everyone contributed as a team.
It's kind of a like wrong thing to say one guy or three guys are really good. Like,
Actually.
everyone was really good. I really enjoyed Odegaard's performance also. I think it was such a proper captain's performance. Like he was like setting the tempo.
You wouldn't hear the same on Twitter if you were on Twitter.
True. I'm glad I'm kind of glad that you're not there on Twitter because honestly, Twitter is just toxic against Odegaard. But yeah.
I think the only player who caught strays after the game, even after we won, when you're supposed to be celebrating the game, was talking about Odegaard not stepping up.
Yeah.
I thought he stepped up and he had a good performance.
Bro, like people are talking about the Saka crosses. The second cross was literally because of Odegaard's awesome pass. Like the pass
Exactly. The touch to find that gap.
Yeah, that was such a good
crazy.
pass.
Exactly.
Nah, man, aesthetics.
Auntie said to Mbappe pretty much, dude, he literally said
Unironically, he was Madrid's best player yesterday.
True.
Yeah.
After I think, and Jude was also there. Top.
Jude, yeah.
Ainsley says, "Mazak kar rahe ho."
It's okay. Today when Barca
Not-
loses, it will be a nice joke. Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh,
They're winning 4-1. They are winning 4-1. Hold on. Calma.
and speaking
Arteta.
about that, Ainsley is not confident about the game, by the way.
Oh yeah. He's like,
Man,
I
this
rather
Doomer
be
gimmick,
late.
man. This Doomer gimmick, man. Get
Honestly,
him
if they
out.
lose to Dortmund, it's embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This Doomer gimmick.
Considering they have injuries now, Schlotterback also
Even
is not there.
Schlotterback is gone for
Yeah,
exactly.
Mm,
stuff like
mm.
that. They have to get an easy win there.
Mm. Arteta will
I
die for a
say, I
player like
say, if they
Martinelli.
don't win 3-1, sack flick.
Yeah, and get him in the back room for Arteta.
Arteta will die for a player like Martinelli. Yesterday was the reason why he always plays Martinelli in big games. Parth will come back soon.
Calma.
I mentioned it
Thank
out of
you,
all the
Parth.
big names. I will choose Dilap. There's something I've seen him which tells my true.
Yep.
Dilap has it in him, and he's like very like Premier League coded player, no?
I've been crying for us to sign him from a long time, man. Liam Delap.
If we get like if we need two strikers, yeah, for 30
Yep,
million, it's
it's a
insane.
no-brainer. Liam Delap is going to explode. He's the most
Yep.
obvious explosion.
70% liking the second goal. More games gone.
Game's gone.
Games gone. Wait, how many people
I don't
like?
understand the meaning of this.
On YouTube, I'm running this poll. Which Declan Rice free kick did you like, the first or
It
the
got
second?
11 votes.
Yeah, 73% said the second goal.
Second goal was the best goal.
Mhm. Vivek bro, chalo by those आता हूँ in half an hour. तब तक remember what Stuart भाई said.
Stuart McFarlane.
This
Isn't
is
he
my
the guy?
club. I fucking love it. I love this football club.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
The photographer.
Okay. Arey.
oh my God.
This is
Yeah, and
incredible.
I know I'm the smartest on the channel in
I
predicting what
legit
okay,
thought
I
it was the the writer of
got.
the Family Guy show. That's his name was the McFarlane.
Bipra says Rice Timber part. Fair enough. Regarding that top three performance.
Yep.
Timber Saka's fairly true. Arey bhai, Ayush Lala, how are you? I think you're
Lala
very happy.
cosign, we have made it. Lala
Lala-
cosign, man.
Lala will be happy.
It is a
Lala
dream.
is
Lala's
It is a
cosigns are always subtle.
jinx.
Salah and VVD are staying, so Liverpool also is
But
happy
yes,
today.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that Lala would put up a stream right now. He'd be buzzing about the news.
Mhm. For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Timber pocketing Barcol and Vinny. Bro,
We said it on stream. Timber can be up against Vinny, and I would
Ainsley,
still say that Timber is getting the better of him.
Ainsley, you might need to come on stream and tell me what Kunde does, bro. Because apart from the fashion sense, I don't see stuff that I can compare in terms
Honestly,
of
Timber
locking
is
up defenders.
Timber fashion sense also is amazing. Yeah,
Mhm.
like he
Minus
dresses
14
up.
concurrent views. Keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep sharing, guys. That's beautiful. Also, Odegaard was really good, man. The combination play. See,
Exactly.
people who watch the game, if you watch it without an agenda, you will genuinely like.
Exactly. It's about watching without like hating on one player. If you hate on one player, even if he misplaces a pass, will kind of you question.
And Odegaard's, man, for me, again, he's incredible on the ball. I mean, he's good on the ball, but his best game comes off the ball. And he
Yeah.
was extremely
He sets the
incredible.
tempo from the moment one. Like
Mm-hmm.
he just does that so good.
Because I love how Odegaard was pressing
Exactly
after
what
the
I'm saying.
Exactly. Yep.
game. Whole team agreed. Will you take Sane? No, please, no.
No,
We
see.
have,
If we are getting a winger, and if Sane is to be the second choice, yeah,
Yeah,
works.
exactly.
no, but
Not
like,
only Sane.
Wages?
Yeah,
Wages?
100%.
his wages are
Yeah,
also an
that's
issue now.
the
It'll be like a Sterling.
right,
It'll be like
right.
Sterling kind of thing. But I don't know.
Because Bayern will try to, I mean, not Bayern, okay, Bayern, he leave Bayern by then. But what Chelsea did is they are covering more than half of his wages,
Yeah.
which is a good sign for this.
I do say no, bro.
Chelsea
Generally, you guys deserve. I hope you mean it. Onana latest, at least I've lifted trophies with the greatest club in the world.
Man, this guy has picked up a random beef with Nemanja Matic.
One-sided beef.
Random beef.
First of all, he's lying. Yeah,
Hmm.
greatest club in
Yeah.
the world.
The fact that he has to put up a post for this tells you about his PR at United.
Yep.
It's
Why does
just
he keep
itself.
beefing with random people? I don't understand. Just play
Uh,
the game.
mhm. But yeah, we'll talk quickly regarding the game. This dream is still on. Arsenal in the Premier League looks drowsy, but Arsenal in the UCL are like nice, but we stay humble. Exactly
I can
one.
see the vision of Liverpool bottling. Yeah.
Man,
The
don't
vision
don't
is
you dare be Dr. Vivek on
Mm.
stream, please.
1 month back on March 9th, news came out that Martinelli is fit to play, and this is what I said: give me Real Madrid, bro.
It's you, bro.
Like, see, I agree. I said this, but trust me, before the game, I puked. During halftime, I puked. I couldn't I couldn't, man. The previous night, I couldn't sleep. Like, I was awake for more than 25 hours, and I was like, I'm done. I can't. The tension was an all time high because
Hmm.
other friends who was a Bayern fan, he said, bro, you have to win. You have to make sure that Madrid are strong. Then the Man City
Yep.
friend of ours,
bro.
who are the
Outside of England, everyone is supporting Arsenal.
Yeah.
Inside
Outside
England,
of Spain,
everyone. Yeah,
true, true.
Spain, everyone was supporting Arsenal.
yeah.
England,
Uh-huh.
everyone was supporting Real Madrid.
Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. And then this came out, bro. Like, for years we've been wanting a big team to come to
Yes.
Arsenal and to have such night, and then, oh my god! And remember, you saw
I
the
won't
video.
lie.
Uh,
I won't lie, but I went on Twitter to see content while I was having dinner pre-game, and
uh,
the first thing that came on my stream was someone live streaming Real Madrid players practicing at the Emirates,
hmm,
and that was scary. I can't lie, that was scary
hmm,
because seeing people like Mbappe, Vinny,
Yep.
all of them
They,
doing one
they have
touch
that.
juggling
They
and
have that
stuff like
aura.
that,
Honestly,
that aura
oh,
was scary, bro.
yeah, their
hmm,
aura is
hmm,
insane.
hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah. Danny Subs back in training. Remember in the bro? I don't want to remember this, man. Oof, he almost I remember the one back pass he had, which costed us the game. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm so glad he's done with us. Uh, and did we disappoint in atmosphere? Hell no.
Oof.
Hell no.
You know, I was like I was messaging my dad about the match. Then I was like, after 7-1, which was a Brazil Germany match.
Hmm. Hmm.
I remember that time everyone knew Germany was so much better than Brazil, and everyone expected Germany to thrash Brazil, but not
Hmm.
like 7-1. I think
Hmm.
after
Yeah.
that match, I've felt only the 5-0 with City, which we won
Hmm.
5-1,
Hmm.
and this match. We talked about the tactics. Okay, yeah, we can beat Real Madrid, but to just genuinely see it happening, and that
Yep.
too like
This
the
was this
three
was more
zero.
than just a tactical win.
Yeah, it was like
100%, man.
we
Hmm.
actually kind of Real Madrid, like by scoring that moments. Yeah,
Exactly.
Proper term, bro.
I said
Proper
this
term.
even yesterday when I
yeah,
put out the video. I said,
yeah,
when you talk about moments being grabbed, it is Madrid, but yesterday it was Arsenal who did that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is how Arsenal fared against Real Madrid at the Emirates. I mean, Valverde dropping a 6.2,
Bro,
MLS
how
drop.
is Courtois with a 6.8, bro?
Yeah, bro. Courtois 6.8 is insane.
True,
Yeah.
true. Probably he deserves like a 7.5 because he kept them in the game. Because if it
Yep.
not for
More.
him, minimum 5 goals. Minimum
Bro,
five.
Jude said it.
Bro, first half he did that, second half he did even crazier.
Three
Mm-hmm.
saves, man. First half it was two, second half it
Two
was three.
saves.
Jude
Yeah.
already told that we should have
Plus
lost by
two
more
goal
than
line
three.
clearances as well, bro. One
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
was Alaba,
Yep.
one was Bellingham.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, I don't know if you remember, right? After a second goal, before the Merino goal, na? Sorry, before in between of the first and the second goal, there was that goal line clearance.
Yeah, yeah.
It,
Hey,
it,
Alaba,
it
everybody
was
is
not
talking
Courtois.
about
It was not Courtois. It was
Alaba,
Jude.
Alaba. Yeah,
Alaba
Jude and
Bellingham,
Alaba.
and Jude.
Bellingham and Alaba. Yeah.
First,
Both of them.
it was Martinelli's shot. Then there was Alaba's clearance. Then Courtois saved. Then from the corner, Jude
Hmm,
cleared it.
hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something, dude.
Who
Instead of
was the one who tackled after, like in the first half when Saliba slipped? Who tackled Vinny after in that? Like there was a
Timber.
slip. It was Timber, right?
Timber, it was
That was
Timber.
such a clutch tackle.
He put his body on the line, bro. He was
Yeah,
on
Yeah.
the ground. He still tried for the second one.
yeah.
hmm,
I remember
Crazy.
Saliba slipped. I was like, not like
oh,
this.
bro, bro,
I was like,
when
For
he
real.
slipped, yeah. But you know what? Since you brought up the Saliba thing, right? I don't know if you guys noticed it. But yesterday, wherever Mbappe was playing, it could be on the left hand side, na? Because he was supposed to be on the right hand side, but he was coming from the left hand side.
Yeah.
And when he was coming from the Kivior side, Saliba was on that side with MLS, and Kivior was
I told you,
dominating.
no, man marking in particular to leave Kivior free. That was
Yeah.
the obvious thing that he
Yep.
wanted
Yep.
to do.
Yep. Yep.
Like it was beautiful to watch that our fears were like actually being reflected there, and we saw like Saliba like on Mbappe. There's that even on.
Even that picture, bro, that picture was crazy.
Yeah. The comparison picture is awesome of Mbappe and Guardiola.
Guardiol,
Yeah. And then
your defender, your defender.
Like Mbappe did this against Guardiola. Mbappe that was at Anfield. Below one is at Old Trafford, and this is him at the Emirates.
awesome.
Bro,
Get up, bro.
it was
Man.
mad. It was absolutely sensational.
Wow.
Uh,
Imagine
now
two
what?
childhood best friends doing this, bro.
Hmm, uh,
Mauva.
But he could have
please,
scored.
Aarush, where? How?
Ana,
Mauva.
Ana, bhai. Ana, Ana.
Riya?
What
Meet me in the car park.
Yeah. Bro, you sure you talk about Real Madrid or some side chick or something?
Yeah, man.
But give your man like when your best defender says
Bro,
Man.
Gabriel's reactions, man.
Oh, oof.
pure vibes.
Feeding generations.
Everyone's
Bro, there
reactions
were
are awesome.
random fans coming to him and holding him, bro. It was so nice to see. And that poor guy couldn't move because his legs were on the chair in front. And he just dancing and celebrating just like that.
Dude, it's a
I was
sensation.
I was in my lab and I already came to know that Rice scored the second goal because of Sucheet's message. Then I was like, okay. I was still watching the goal, and then when I didn't expect it to be that good. I literally ran the whole lab. I couldn't believe it.
Oh man, it was something. Genuinely, like I don't know if tactics are even a point to be spoken of because
Yeah.
it was a game that didn't just have tactics, but it was like pure moments, like how Salu said.
For you. For you.
It's, like, I don't know, man. Like, and then this happened. Like, we were scared. Like, I even said this off camera, right? Till MLS started for England, I was very skeptical on how he would do, but then he pulled off this. This was the
Man.
we all thought
Also,
he would
for
be
a
at the
fact,
left. Hmm.
Rodrigo and Vinny completed 0 dribbles this game. 0.
Exactly.
This
You
is
know,
one of the
the
best
most.
transition sides in
Basically,
Europe.
we
No
spawned Ashley
disrespect.
Cole again. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is the best thing about Haaland is
Hmm.
not the dribbles that we bring with Vaneri, Lewis Kelly, and Saka. It is the strength.
Hmm.
It is the upper body strength,
And
and
that
all
mentality
three of them
also.
have it.
Hmm.
No,
Man,
and I feel
it's
after Arteta and more than Arteta, after Mertesacker came in the academy, it's
Hmm.
like proper. This every guy knows how to play the Arteta way or the Arsenal way or
Yeah, yeah, there's
whatever.
a
yep. I
structure.
agree.
But that structure is
And
like
like sources said that they have been trying to build this inverting thing from like the under 12s, under 14s and stuff.
Yep,
yeah.
I
yep.
think couple of months back they said that so that they can easily integrate into the
And
system
literally
once they
anyone who
get
has ever
older.
said Arteta doesn't know how to build youngsters should shut up and never speak again, because
There is a whole plan, bro. People don't really understand.
exactly
Yep.
Mhm.
they've been talking about Vaneri MLS from last season itself when they were not ready, obviously,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
he has been making them ready. And when they come, they impact.
Yep.
They
And
proper
the
impact
fact
it.
that majority of them are downplaying them now because they have come only due to injuries.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
If
I
they
agree.
hadn't come, they wouldn't have been played by Arteta. He was forced into playing them.
Hmm.
It is
Hmm.
true. It is true, obviously.
Yeah.
But considering this whole thing, this whole trajectory wasn't being put in a timeline by the managerial team, I
Right.
think you can't praise these people without giving credit to the managerial team.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because every
exactly.
move these people have had, any appearances off the bench, you integrated Ethan Waneri versus Brentford in that game. It
Hmm.
was for a reason.
Hmm.
That was a small statement that he made. Max
Yep.
Darwin now has gone global because of how academy talents in nowadays, like at least in the last 1 or 2
Yeah,
years, have been getting that recognition.
Right.
It's
exactly.
not it's not obvious that he will translate like this. And he's just
Hmm.
15. He has like at least 2 more years to get to
Yeah.
this level.
Yeah.
No, and Vaneri was a kind of academy guy. Like, obviously, if you're proper following the academy, you'll know Vaneri, but he was not the most known name from the
You're right.
academy. And then he just came and had a
For a
debut.
fact,
And
even Goer, who's there in the academy now, he made his debut alongside these guys. Look
Yeah.
how he has been integrated. His preseason minutes that he had versus United versus the teams that he played. And look at him now slowly getting these Champions League match and he's been in the match day program and stuff like
yep.
that. It just keeps making sense. But I think Goer is losing his contract.
Like Goer,
Yeah,
GOWER,
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's there in
the
the match day
attacking
squad.
midfielder.
Yeah.
okay.
He was there for the Everton match.
Um, for Real Madrid, there were no tactics. Um, yeah, we took this comment, no? I think we just
Yeah.
like reposted it. But yeah, another important battle that we were very skeptical about was this one, Partey against like
Man.
that
Man,
midfield. It's sensational. Like I know in the end he had that one bad pass that could have brought back Madrid into the game, but like again he went and
But then
recovered.
again, for that one bad pass, he made like 10 good passes. And
Yeah.
those 10 good passes were enough to create moves on their own.
Hmm, hmm,
See, I know that he has his faults. He might not be the best at judging transitions or stopping them, but when
hmm,
he's given the ball in that lone pivot
hmm,
position, the way
hmm,
he's able to, nonchalantly move his body, spray out passes out wide, and just
hmm,
break lines for fun. There's a bunch of midfielders. I won't even say a bunch, man. There's just
hmm,
midfielders I can count on my fingers that can execute that to this higher level. And
hmm,
Thomas
hmm.
Partey does that every single week.
Right.
And
Yep.
that is exactly what he did yesterday. If he is not up against a high pressing side, he will
Hmm,
thrive. And that is exactly what Real allowed him to do.
Yep.
hmm, hmm,
Incredible performance.
Honest
Incredible.
question:
hmm.
would you keep him for one more year? Yeah.
No.
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 Not really, bro. There are lots of external constraints that he would bring if he's even staying for a 1 year
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah.
One is wages, of course, because
Hmm,
he's gonna ask more wages. He already is on quite a high wages. Again, next, he's gonna take up a position in the squad that again we will have to look next season
hmm,
But
to
yeah, I
actually
understand your point. Even I wouldn't keep him. But the Xhaka, when we lost Xhaka, we
hmm.
did it. We signed Havertz, but we
couldn't
didn't
replace him.
really
I get
couldn't
it.
replace him properly.
But
Hmm.
I
If
So
think as much
see
as
if that's the
Zubi,
case, I would have kept Jorginho for one more year over Thomas Partey.
But the fact that Jorginho's gone is like Paka gone
Yeah,
for like.
exactly.
yeah.
Hmm,
so you
Considering Zubimendi is more of a Jorginho profile, I get why Jorginho can leave. But considering Partey, see again, it's not sure that we would want to keep such high wages for a
hmm,
player who will get minimal minutes next season.
hmm,
Yeah.
hmm,
And again,
no, even
pace
I
is
want
a
to
big
leave
problem.
him, let him leave. But
Yeah,
we need to replace him because
we
we
surely need
don't.
to replace him.
Yeah,
If we are
because
sure that
Because
we are getting another midfield prospect, which I don't think so, or you
hmm,
are confirming to us that MLS is going to have sure shot minutes in midfield, then I'm fine with Partey going just like that.
yeah. Because
Because
right now, if we look at a midfield, it's Rice
hmm,
slash Zubimendi, then
hmm,
it's Odegaard slash Vaneri or
hmm,
Naipan, whoever it would be. Then
hmm,
we've got
and Merino, Havertz,
Merino slash Rice slash Havertz
hmm,
slash Naipan. Naipan can also
hmm,
function as the LCM. And then we've got Lewis Kelly as well. So if there's
hmm,
a position we are stacked in, it's the midfield right now.
hmm, hmm.
but
Big,
also at the same time, if we pick up one injury,
yeah,
the player who covers two
Yeah,
positions, that is Rice, he goes out. So
yeah,
we are short in that position straight away.
yeah.
So it is a good debate to have, but I don't think so. Renewing them is the right option. What I see is Arteta obviously trusts Partey. That is why he is playing, and he's doing well throughout the season. So I think for now, whatever it is, let him just have the season that he's having, and then just leave. To be honest,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I agree.
well, and regarding Partey, you don't normally associate this stat, right? When I saw this stat, I couldn't believe my eyes. I know Ayush, man, I know Aarush retweeted this, but like I still couldn't believe this.
yeah, I
Like the
sent it
highest
on the
ground
group.
duels, yeah, among 234 players in the top five leagues, the 100 plus duels, Partey is number one. MLS number 2 is also insane, but like Partey even being part of this conversation, we wouldn't associate because we always know that Partey is the one who brings in instability and like loses the ball more often, man. This stat is something else, man. I couldn't believe.
This was one of the things I pointed out in the pre-match stream, right? I
Hmm.
did say that Thomas Partey will have to have the game of his life. He'll have to control transitions and he'll have to win the duels he's
Hmm.
contesting. That is
Hmm.
exactly what he did.
Hmm. 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 We'll take in few comments. I've seen those Real Madrid meltdowns today. Dil garden ho gaya. Are also these and also these Madrid fans have some serious victimization syndrome. They act like one season loss is a big issue. I mean,
And
it's
it's
similar to
quite
That's
That's
just.
the
I mean,
standards
that's
they
just
have.
a standards,
quite
honestly.
cracks.
uh,
Yep.
Yeah.
see, it's
But
like
I have
CSK and
lots
America
of
situation. Huh?
fair, I have
For
lots
look
of
at
fair-minded fans who have also said that we are surely done with Ancelotti because of the
yeah.
tactics that he brings. That is
Honestly,
literally nothing,
Hmm.
and
most
they
of the
want
Real
him
Madrid
out.
fans I have talked to have said that we have been overachieving to this point.
Bro,
Yeah,
Hmm.
like
see, having a team like this, what Real Madrid have, having that attacking side that they have, and letting them just play transition football is not fair to what they are, bro. They need to
yeah,
Yep.
be platformed better.
Yep.
Hmm.
The talent that they had a 0.55 XG yesterday, and this is
Hmm.
solely as to how Ancelotti has set them up.
Hmm.
This is not what they, if they were given to play, having Jude Bellingham play left mid is not what you'd want to see from him. That's not a position that he'll thrive in.
Hmm.
yeah,
Having him double down on Saka and still get cancelled out, that is a
Hmm.
joke to Jude Bellingham. And that
Hmm.
is Carlo Ancelotti's fault and not Bellingham's fault.
Hmm.
I'm just offering a compar. It isn't even a comparison. It's
Hmm.
just a statement to be taken as banter. But if we are to see, and I've had this conversation with Sanchita as well.
Uh,
Real Madrid is nothing but a better United.
I have said that last stream. Yeah,
Yep,
I
you
said
think?
that last stream. I
Mm,
they are
literally,
United with world class players.
literally,
That's
I
it.
said the same thing last stream that they remind me of Ten Hag's United, which is currently this season's
Oh
United
yeah,
also.
he did. He did.
Yeah,
not
Uh,
really, bro. But
because
I
I
get
feel
what you say.
they kind of rely on individual brilliance
mhm,
rather than
mhm.
just tactics. Yeah,
And yeah, Partey going to Barca. I mean,
Partey, go.
seeing his off the field antics, I think he would best suit for Marseille. But okay, it is what it is.
Sucheet just said antics
Mars?
as if it's
Man,
just
say
like
man, this guy, man.
antic. He said antics as if he's like setting fireworks somewhere, doing some small mischiefs.
I
Juju.
mean, nothing is confirmed, so we don't know. No?
Yeah,
Bearing in mind barring in mind, this is the same team with Vinicius, Mbappe, and Jude and Rodrigo.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you give this
Huh?
team to a proper
What?
manager like Arteta, he'd kill with this team. Yeah,
Hmm.
And I was having this debate with someone online, and
Hmm.
he was like, "Does individual brilliance come out on top, or is it the structural brilliance that overshadows individual brilliance?" What are your
Very,
thoughts about it?
I
very good
feel
conversation.
in pro football in top teams when you're having two top teams,
Hmm.
structural brilliance will come out because
Oh.
it's two
Yeah,
top teams. But if you're playing like Real Madrid versus like a Ipswich or something, then yeah, Real Madrid can have a bad structure, but they'll still win
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
I
the
agree.
gulf in quality is just too
See, to be
much.
honest, football is a team sport,
Yeah,
and which is why you see a team function and then make results.
Hmm.
It's not
Yep.
that only the goal scorer will win you the matches, it's the defenders also who will win you the matches.
Hmm.
So
exactly.
I think individual as important as individual see, because if you want to have a structural game as well, you need individual brilliance.
Hmm.
Hmm. Exactly.
But individual brilliance, it's not necessary you play through a structure for that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's why
correct.
I completely agree.
if you see how
Yeah,
futsal works, that's
Hmm.
solely due to their technical
Invisible.
brilliance that they bring,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
skills that they bring, how they
Hmm.
showboat, how they do shit. Because that's a smaller pitch, smaller
Hmm.
amount of team members
Yeah.
there. Everyone
Hmm.
has a particular role that may or may just revolve around the team.
True.
So I think like that, if you talk about it, I think
I think
structure
in the
is much more important.
Premier League has many teams which are good examples of this. Like there are many teams who are structurally brilliant, but then
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
because the good teams have better players, they win
Hmm.
more.
I agree.
Yeah,
And the statement that Aarush passed, right? You have to have structural brilliance, and it has to be complemented with individual brilliance,
Mm,
and that
mm,
is where a team is complete. And that is
mm.
why I feel Manchester City reached the pinnacle of
Exact.
club
That was my
football.
Yep.
point. That
That
is
is the
Pep Guardiola.
exact reason
That
Mm,
is Pep Guardiola.
why they
That
reached
is
where they
what
reached.
Real Madrid need to build after Ancelotti's era,
Like,
mm.
and
Exactly.
that
yep,
is by choosing the right
brilliant.
manager.
Manager. Exactly.
And
If
this
they
That
get
is
is.
the
this is what I aspire Arteta under Arsenal to be,
Mm,
which
mm,
will be realized once we get in better attackers.
And
true.
people don't really understand what this whole top of phases are, to be honest.
Mm, mm,
Everything
Yep,
is a joke for them as a phase because we haven't won anything.
mm,
But when
yep,
you
exactly.
compare how a team with so many individual talents, superstar talents, best in
mm,
their position, are being platformed, and then you
mm,
compare it to a team playing as a team with the
mm,
full cohesive nature that they play in, you see the difference.
mm, mm,
And you can
and
see the
there's a
players admitting this. You can see Jude Bellingham
yep.
come in his press conference and saying, "We didn't deserve a win at all. We deserve to be smashed by more than 3 goals."
mm, mm,
And
Exactly.
It's very clear.
there's a difference between how Arsenal and Arteta is perceived online or on Twitter, and how it is perceived by those who actually care about football. You would
Exactly.
never hear the likes of Newcastle being talked about as being an incredible team that anyone would fear facing. You won't
mm,
hear that for how many trophies United wins. You know, the FA Cups, Carabao Cups. No one would talk that highly of them. And why is it only Arsenal that's on everyone's mouth? There's a
mm,
reason,
Yep.
because
mm,
they see what others don't, and it's just the trophies not being there
mm,
that justifies all the banter that we deserve or get, which is definitely
No,
not the case for
let's
those
take
who
today's
try to
example.
analyze games.
Let's take today's example. No current player would dare disrespect United the way Matic did today. Like the way
Yep.
Matic said about United. No current, like you wouldn't see. There are like Real Madrid players in previous ties, like they have kind of showboated, like Real Madrid. Like they have said that we are going to win or we are going to be the best team. They were very humble for Real Madrid standards before this match, because
mm,
they knew how difficult it is going to be. Even if they were confident they'd win for sure, but they knew how difficult it would be.
mm,
So
mm,
Yeah.
I think that's the standards Arsenal have set now. I mean, now Arteta.
Also, another reason I think Matic was confident in saying this was solely because of how Jose Mourinho ended up leaving United as well.
mm.
Considering Matic was so close to Mourinho, he ended up
Yep.
signing for
Yep. Yep.
Roma, I think. No? He
Yeah,
Roma,
played for
Roma,
Yeah.
Roma, right?
Roma,
Yeah.
Roma.
Yeah.
So I think this plays a factor because
Mm,
obviously he got that confidence because of that. And
mm,
speaking about United now is much easier for any pundit or any ex-player because
mm,
of the situation they are in.
mm.
So yeah, I
For
think
me, the greatest example of that balance between individual brilliance and this thing, uh,
team
is
structure.
structure, is Luis Enrique's treble season for Barca.
mm,
That
Hmm.
Yep.
was
Yeah.
you had
yeah,
best players in like
I
each position,
agree.
and
And
inspired
this is exactly what he's trying to build at PSG right now as
PSG.
well.
exactly,
Mm,
Hmm.
exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't find the balance early into this season when he played
Mm,
us. But you look at this balance now, he's
mm,
mixing individual balance and structure very well.
mm,
Yep.
mm,
Yep.
Very
I
good
agree.
analysis.
And another point about like phases we're talking about. I remember it's a very famous video, but the Tim Cahill video after we won at
ah,
United
yeah,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
COVID.
yeah.
I think we lost or won 1-0. I
We
think
won,
we
we
Yep.
won.
won 0.
And
It
then I
was
one
it
remember
one.
was Roy. It
Roy
was
Keane
Roy
being
Keane,
the
Tim
typical
Cahill, and
United
yeah.
fan and
Yeah.
analyst saying, "Oh, it's only
Salty.
1-0, salty." And but the way Tim Cahill spoke about Arteta getting structure even back then,
Mm,
like
What did he say though? I forgot
Tim
about
Cahill
that.
said that when you see Arsenal, they always have structure and they have good phases of play, and they always they have like they know what to do. The players,
Balance.
yeah, they
mm,
have balance. Then the same thing was said by Jose Marino after they won the North London Derby 2-0.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
The same thing Jose Marino said that right now they're 15th. I think they're 13th or something, or
Mm,
15th or whatever. And but in the future, this team will be really good. The
mm,
thing
This
is,
is what Pep as well said. Yeah.
if you really watch
Hmm.
Arsenal, like especially if you watched Arsenal from Arteta has joined, you
mm,
have seen the progression and you have seen what he has done. You're either too impatient to wait for the proper progress to be completed, or you're just scared that you know what rival fans will say, and you want to just do that. Oth- if you're not do either of those things, you know that this Arteta team will win trophies very soon. Yeah.
And if you can't defend this stage of Arteta, then don't consider yourself as a fan.
100%.
If you're
100%.
if you're seeing trophies as the penultimate uh, sole reason to why you support a club, football is not that game.
Nope. 100%. I agree.
No, and honestly,
And
if this season you can't rate Arteta, you do not know football, in my opinion, because we
yeah.
Yep.
just see what we have gone through with this
There
season.
are Madrid fans who wanted Arteta to take over Madrid. So,
Yeah.
and you
But
just
our
imagine.
fans are so in ungrateful.
Honestly,
I for everyone who's watching the stream, I strongly advise you to go and watch James Lawrence Holcott's video on
yeah.
Arsenal and how Arteta has developed over the last 5 years. It is a great piece to watch, man.
And
Please do give it a watch,
even
and
his
then you'd
even his
understand the
analysis of
tactical.
yesterday's game was
Then
really good.
you'll understand the tactical nuances that Arsenal has had, how it's adapted, and where it is, how it is, why it is. That video is gold.
Even his video of yesterday's analysis of the game was really good. It was
Mhm.
awesome. Yeah.
We'll take in a few comments and then we'll continue. Okay? Rice, arguably one of the best midfielders in the world, considered Partey and the best midfielder in the world, calls him Zidane.
I think Partey calls, or Zizou is a nickname of Rice or Partey in the Arsenal dressing room. Yeah,
Is
I
he?
think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think Partey. I think
I
Partey.
think Partey's nickname is Zizou. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sanchez, I think individual brilliance and moments player are very
Yeah.
important in cup
Yeah,
competitions, which is why
exactly.
Madrid have most usage too. Voodoo and heritage is nothing but staying in games and having that belief. That
Yeah,
is why, even
I
exactly.
in
believe.
spite of having three-goal
Yeah, I
lead,
agree
we still
completely.
can't be confident that we'll go win the tie. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Real
which is
Madrid have that quality of staying in the game all the time.
mm,
Yeah.
which is why Pep did not win the UCL until he bought
Hmm.
Haaland, an exception
Yep.
to the system.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
I prefer the league than a UCL, so I like Pep's tactics more, but not everyone thinks the same.
If you remove the heritage from both the like competitions, if you see as a competition
Mm,
wise, yeah, league gives you a more indication on who's the best team
mm.
than the Champions League. But Champions League is still the most heritage competition. Yeah.
Yep.
True, true.
For sure.
Apparently, Pep and Arteta had a chat. See,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
even
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah, yeah,
see,
yeah.
I think it is a joke because remember when this one, Pep played United. I think Pep played United. When Pep played United,
Manage. Yeah.
Pep called up Arteta. I think it's a joke. I don't know. We don't have any proof or anything regarding that, so we'll have to
True.
see.
But Arteta said it. Yeah.
Oh, he said.
Green
Yeah.
Arteta,
Arteta said
the
that I
gold.
talked to you Pep before the match.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know this. I didn't know
Yeah.
this. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he
read it
said it.
some other. Okay, okay, fair enough.
It's a
You
good
guys,
question.
you
Yeah.
guys find similarities between Arteta and the COVID and current.
Some
Hmm.
similarities are there.
Yep.
Yeah.
For every interview that Ruben Amorim does, where he's talking about I won't change my system, he's
Hmm,
lying. He
Yeah.
changes his system every game. He adapts to
hmm,
how he knows his players would play the best, and that is why they are counter attacking, and that
Yeah.
is why Bruno Fernandes is the centerpiece of that team.
Yeah.
So again, for you to survive in the job, you have to get results, and that is what Ruben Amorim is doing currently, and that is
hmm,
what Arteta did in the COVID season, where he won a trophy six
Exactly.
months into
hmm.
the job.
It's about
Yep,
adapting, bro. It's about adapting.
hundred
And what
percent, hundred
what
percent.
Mikel Arteta has adapted this season, no manager has done this ever.
Hmm, hmm.
And I I was not capping when I said that I find Arsenal to still be the best team in the league,
Yeah.
because what we've achieved this season, I can bet my life on it. If Slot even had 50% of the injuries we faced, he would be competing for top four, and not even lying.
This is the life beyond PGMOL. Trust me. This is
Yep,
life beyond
not
PG.
even lying, man.
No,
Peep.
it's a look. You already have the example. You know, you Spurs last season finished in top five, right? They
Hmm,
finished, I think, fifth. This
hmm,
year they had injury issues
hmm,
and even VAR issues sometimes.
hmm,
And you see where they are now.
hmm.
It's like,
Their
uh,
main issue is themselves.
yeah,
The fans'
yeah,
mentality too.
mentality is the problem, but still.
Also, breaking news: we just got confirmation that Mikel Arteta's backroom staff, all of them have signed contracts to like continue with the club.
Whoa.
That includes Albert, Carlos Inaki,
Carlos Cuesta.
Jover, and Miguel Molina. So this is great.
Who said that?
Simon Collins.
Ah,
Ah,
okay.
yeah,
I
he's
thought
reliable. He's reliable.
Yeah, he pretty reliable.
Yeah.
Mr. Standard UK.
By the way, Suchi, remember? You think I forgot? You think I forgot?
Nice one.
You honestly
Man,
think I forgot?
quality.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that Arteta's La Masia, bro, it must have been an El Clasico in his
Bro,
own.
I was reading Arteta's like playing career like recently, yesterday only, in fact.
Mm. Mm.
Bro was not as bad as some people say, like he was
Yeah,
not.
100%, man.
He's
He
like he
went
won.
from England to PSG and stuff, bro.
Mm.
Yeah,
He played in PSG. He played. He's like Rangers. He literally won Rangers a league title by scoring penalty in the last minute. Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
again, he's compared to the greatness of La Masia and the talent that
Yeah.
they've produced, and
The
compared to
only
them, he
reason
wasn't at that level. So yeah, he
the
was
In
insane
only
in
Spain,
that.
reason he
in
was
Spain,
downgraded was because Iniesta, Xavi, and all of them existed in that
100%.
midfield
Yep,
for Spain.
exactly,
in Spain, they
exactly.
say that he's the greatest midfielder never to be capped by Spain.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was never
And
capped.
no, he
Yeah, never,
never.
never.
Yeah,
That's why he had a chance to
One
play.
time he was called up for the squad in 2009-10, and
Hmm.
he broke his leg before
And he
before the
almost changed his alliance to England, but out
England,
of, like,
but
loyalty he stayed with Spain.
Oh
not
yeah.
loyalty. FIFA didn't allow it.
hmm
Yeah.
No, I think no,
No, I read it.
Like how Messi almost. Oh,
He wanted to go switch it to England because he is a resident for more than 5 years, but
mm-hmm.
FIFA said no, and he was going to go to court
Mm.
to get it overturned, but
Mm.
he left it. Like I don't know for what reason, but he left it. Yeah.
Inspiring, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
made in Lamas. Yeah, yeah. Arteta is the reason why
That's
Rafa.
why I feel that he really doesn't do much. He doesn't interfere much with the caps of our players. Like you see clubs, they call, like they say, fake injuries and they don't allow the players to go. Arsenal do it, but not to as much extent as City, because I
He's
feel
felt it himself
he
psychology,
personally
that's it.
felt it, like
Mm.
what it means to play for his country. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
makes
yeah, Dr.
sense.
Vivek says Arteta is the reason why rival fans have started hating Arsenal again.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We were banter club, we used to lose matches by big margins, and it was basketball, and now Arteta came and became a
So
club.
the biggest example is many clubs after Arteta tried to do the ex-player coming back to become a manager.
Yep.
So many failed.
See,
Ole
no,
Gunnar Solskjaer.
nobody would admit it because it's below their dignity to say this, but all of them would love to be where Arsenal is at right now,
Mhm.
Exactly.
and would love to have the future that Arsenal will have. They won't admit it.
I
But
mean, in terms of
honestly, for the future to happen, we need to hit in the summer.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
and the fact, I think the only player to come back and do well for their club in terms of league position is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He finished second, but
Yeah.
remember
yeah.
that
Even
was
was Lampard.
10
Lampard did a very good job, man,
oh,
in
yeah,
his
top.
first season.
Agreed,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah, honestly.
With just Cobham,
Yeah.
top four was yeah, agreed. That's when Tabby Amir. Anyways, what a photo. Arteta's team in a pep is a pep team with the ball, and Xavi Merino team without the ball,
Yeah.
or a Moises team, or a Pochettino a sit back. We never know, but yeah.
Moreno team. He kind of reminds me of Moreno without the ball. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for everything that that's been said about Arsenal, that all they do is sit in a low block, they defend a lot. You cannot become a successful team if you're not good out of possession.
Hmm.
True, true.
And Arsenal is the best team in the world when it comes to being out of possession.
Yeah.
You could see Real Madrid suffocated for the entirety of the game. Why is that? It's because of the discipline of the wingers who track back, who know who they have to press. It's the midfielders who have to communicate. It's the defense who has to be
I
coherent.
I
It
always go
doesn't.
back to Ola Ina's statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
When a player says it, like he has played City many times, and he said Arsenal is still the toughest team I face. Then it's
Mm-hmm.
like you have to just tip your hat.
I'm not.
Mm.
I'm not propping up Arsenal because I'm an Arsenal fan.
Hmm.
Trust me, watch our games without having any kind of biases. You would realize what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
considering talking about the same out of position, this thing we saw a stat in the morning which said Arsenal players ran a total of
Yeah,
10
I saw that.
kilometers more than,
10
yep,
kilometers more than Real
kilometers,
Madrid we ran,
more
I
than
think.
Real
12,
Madrid. Yep,
Yeah,
12.7
12.
kilometers more than Real
See,
Madrid,
yeah,
while they were backtracking, by the way.
yeah.
They're supposed to be having more kilometers than us in terms
and
of, and
this doesn't only come down to running. It means you have to cover those short distances to get into position, which is
Hmm.
extremely difficult.
Hmm.
the fact that we got into such positions, we tested Courtois out, speaks
Hmm.
of how Real Madrid's structure was exploited. And that
Yep.
is by reading the spaces that they could have done. They didn't, which is why
Just
Courtois was tested and he somehow managed to save them, obviously turning up on a UCL net.
Hmm.
but just
By
because of our structure and shape, I
Yep.
genuinely believe Arsenal has at least a fighting chance against any team in the world. Like
100%.
just because we are so good structurally, and even if you see our losses, right, we rarely lose because we had a bad tactical structure or we had a like structural issues.
We
We
hit
lose
ourselves on the
because
foot.
of yeah, exactly. We lose because of individual errors. Yeah.
We've almost played like what 50 games this season, and I can give you examples of only 3 games where I feel that we've been outplayed. It's been against Newcastle in the league, it's been against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, and it's been
Yeah.
against West Ham.
Fulham,
That are
Yeah.
the only 3 games when we were outplayed.
Exactly.
Um, Bro, people didn't rate Guardiola as a player, and he was chosen by Cruyff. Cruyff, yeah.
Hmm.
true, true, true.
I really want
Ainsley,
all or nothing.
Ainsley, remember the time where we used to get Guardiola in PES and we didn't rate him because how slow he was?
Uh, I really want an all or nothing season this season. I want to see Arteta bro.
Right.
Trust. Hmm.
He got trolled for this, man.
Hmm.
And the all or nothing got released at the time when we bottled top four, so it
Yeah.
was even made
But,
more
uh,
fun of.
that is a disheartening part. Yeah. And the pundits, especially mid 41s, they just hate Arteta for the brilliant
Yeah.
and genuine man he is. He's
This is a
such
good point. Like this, because Arteta was not as good as any of these midfielders, like in playing wise. And
Hmm.
then, but this he's such a good manager, and these all of these guys tried management and failed
True.
And
badly.
all
Yeah.
all those viewers who are not Arsenal fans would
Hmm.
feel like we are glazing Arteta, we're just overrating Arsenal. Trust me, it's not the case, man.
Bro, it's so crazy. Some of the Arsenal hate. There are some content creators who
Hmm.
speak what is the truth. Like if
Hmm.
they see that Arsenal is getting slated for no reason, they'll say it, and then people in their comments will be like, "Stop glazing Arsenal for views."
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
I'm
Uh,
like,
I might have this little bit issue that I've not seen enough Indian content creators put out unbiased opinions. But if you want like international content creators unbiased opinions, right? Look at culture camps. Look at
Hmm.
Rory Jennings to some level, but culture camps.
hmm.
Um, even there's one other guy.
I like James Alcott, and I
No, no,
like
James Harden.
no,
He's
he's
an
Arsenal
Arsenal
fan.
fan.
I'm talking about like unbiased opinions from our rival fans. Culture camp
even
is
yeah, I like Lawrence McKenna. I like his
yeah,
opinions.
So,
Lawrence McKenna
Yeah.
and culture camp. Okay, these two
and
very good
people,
examples.
would talk about Goldbridge for all his antics, but
I like
trust me,
Goldbridge.
Mark Goldbridge, outside of talking about Man United,
He's really
is
good.
the best
Class.
YouTuber I've seen, man. That
Yeah.
guy knows what he's talking about. I
He
rate him
doesn't.
highly.
He doesn't talk biased. That's what I
And
like
Yep,
that
about
guy
him.
has actual genes in him to become a manager.
yep,
And
man.
he saw
Old.
that when he actually managed the sideman game as
Yep,
well, which is all jokes. But I think
yep, hundred
tactically
percent,
he
man.
had a plan.
See, at least he has the aura, right? People will listen to that aura.
100%, man. Mark Goldbridge,
This guy
outside of
aura.
talking about United, is brilliant.
True, true. Um,
Even when he talks about United, he just gets too passionate. Otherwise, he has some
Yeah,
good points. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what.
Yep.
100%, man. And
Yeah,
that's just him being a fan of United, so it makes
exactly.
sense.
that third goal was a 5 pass. You see? See, I just know that that pass was made by MLS, and I was like, you know what, insane.
No, it
See,
was. It
that's
was.
that's how
It was. I
important
think.
winning duels in the center of the pitch is.
Trossard.
I think it
It
was
was
Partey.
Trossard. Yeah.
No, it was Partey who passed it to Merino. Merino finds him on the Rice on the
Plays
outside.
that pass.
Yeah, then Rice runs, then then
Trossard,
Trossard back
Did
Emirates,
you
to
all did
Emirates.
you
six,
all
Was getting
see the
under.
weight?
5 or 6
Did you all see the
passes. Yeah,
weight? Did you all see the weight of the pass where Merino played it wide though?
Hmm.
Yep.
He
yeah,
knew he wanted to go back inside the box. He played that weight of the pass outside. He ran
yep.
into the box. He saw
Hmm.
one guy making a run in front. He came back post.
Hmm.
But
I
in
mean
the
not back post,
highlights,
but at the
in the
18 yard
highlights I
box.
saw, Trossard almost ruined the move by being offside. He was really
Yeah.
close to being offside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Lucky,
yeah.
I didn't
luckily,
clock it when I watched it live. Yeah,
uh-huh.
Bro, Trossard
Luckily,
has a certain kind of main character syndrome in him, bro.
yeah.
Hmm.
He has
luckily,
it.
Alaba kept him on. Luckily, Alaba kept him on.
That's why he clashed with Deserbi. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
Oh
Deserbi.
yeah.
Uh,
And
No.
also,
See, hold on. If you have to move about Merino first, I'd like to talk about Jakub Kivior and how none of his weaknesses were exploited by Real Madrid. I feel it was more due to the fact that he was not involved in the build-up as much, because all the play we were building was through the right-hand side. And when Kivior had the ball, all he had to do was, if he was too wide, he would just play a vertical ball into Martinelli, or he would just lay it off for Lewis Kelly or Partey, who would then carry it inside and then spray passes out wide. So basically, all his susceptibilities on the ball were cancelled out by Kivior not being involved in the build-up as much. So this is
Yep.
what I feel, and now I'd like to have your thoughts.
I feel they should have gone for more longer balls towards Kivior. Like he
huh.
kind of sometimes struggles like when in longer balls. Like they were going with long balls, but they're always targeting Saliba side, and Saliba is like calm when it comes to like headers. And
I don't think
They
it's Saliba
tried.
side. It was just Saliba being good enough to like be there whenever, like going for whenever the long
yeah,
ball is taken. I don't really think
They
he tried
tried
it.
this majorly because what's his sound? They tried this majorly because they always overload through the left, and they know that Rodrigo positioned wide with MLS almost not man marking him, that would give them an advantage. But that had Timber locked down Vinicius, that
Yep.
advantage there, and Saliba reading the game. He always reads this game perfectly, and this is what Gabriel also does when Saliba is not at his best. So I think they had a good route, but I think positioning of Bellingham would have massively helped them because if neither of those two had won their duels, the second duel would have been won by Bellingham. But they
Hmm.
couldn't
Yep.
do this. Why? Because Saka was positioned mainly right next to Alaba,
Hmm.
next to the manager's box. So
Hmm.
this actually let them not have that control. And yeah,
Hmm.
Kivior, I think I was very confident in going to say that he is the one whom I want to start before the game. And I
Hmm.
think he
Yeah.
really, really impressed me.
True, true.
And majorly
We had this
people
whole
have,
discussion on Yeah, we had this whole discussion on stream as well, and I was of
yeah,
the opinion that Kivior should start.
See, why I feel we didn't get those long balls from Kivior is for a fact that I don't know about you guys, but the first half felt very cagey. It's like I won't attack, you won't attack. We'll just stay there. It came
yeah,
to a point where Partey had the ball and he was looking at, he was literally looking eye to eye. Do you want me to do something? Are you going to attack? I think from the uh, 37th or 30th minute onwards, you saw Madrid pressing, and that is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
starting to open up. And then second half, it had the same momentum that was happening.
they were just counting
And
on us committing errors.
and
Mm-hmm.
majorly in the first half, we created through the right. And very
Yep.
rarely we went to Martinelli to take on Valverde. He
Mm-hmm.
did once or twice. He put in good crosses, which didn't end up being a chance that someone headed onto, but they got into dangerous position that won us corners. And
yeah.
I think
Yep.
that being exploited more was better. But what this first half showed us was even if we don't have the
Ball
threat
too
from the
much.
left hand side,
Mm-hmm.
MLS can break lines or carry and track the runs that Rice makes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
If Martinelli is not in this, he tracks Valverde's runs into playing him in isolation, which
Mm-hmm.
opens up the defense. Asensio is very aggressive, and I thought we took advantage of his aggressiveness.
True, true, true.
We
No,
took real advantage of his aggressiveness. And
Rice
Rice,
is
I think,
Rice is able to push forward just because MLS can do what he
Yeah.
does.
exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
That's the
And he
thing.
wouldn't be able to do that if he starts primarily as a midfielder. because he'd be
Okay.
positioned in Rice's position.
Hmm.
That
I've
is
said
And
this.
quite
I've
certainly
said it from
obvious.
before. There are so many
this,
fans when Zini used to invert. They used to
yep.
be like, play Zini in midfield,
Why
play
doesn't he
Zini,
play in
Zini.
the midfield?
It doesn't
Yes.
work like
And you
that. He's
see,
good because
and
he
you
comes
see,
from left back.
and you see why whenever Zinchenko is tried in midfield, he's tried in Odegaard's role because
Hmm.
that's what
Yeah,
he's the best at. Creativity,
exactly.
less out of position work, more creativity. His pressing is also bad from there, but it works in certain game types.
I honestly feel like some people think like real football is like FIFA. You play one guy in this position, it'll work.
Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
it's like
This is this is
it
the
doesn't work
exact
like
thing
that.
that we discussed on stream, and Sucheet would remember that we had this whole discussion about MLS playing as the left back or starting in the midfield, and I pointed out this exact same thing.
Hmm.
The areas that MLS is occupying right now, he won't be occupying those areas if he starts as a eight.
Is the
Hmm.
main debate about this debate originally started obviously when Trent used to play at right back and everyone kept clamoring about him playing in
Yeah,
midfield, but he
Midfield.
is very good because he plays right back. Yeah.
Hmm.
100%.
Bro,
I agree.
how much do you think is Trent going to elevate this side under a new manager?
I think
Real
he'll be
Madrid,
good
Real.
a lot.
because he'll have Valverde and Tchouaméni in that midfield, na? And
I feel a lot. Yeah.
both of them will cover a lot of ground.
In my
So
opinion,
hmm.
in my opinion, he actually solves most of the issues.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Creatively, he is the one you'd look forward to, and when you've got the likes of a Rodrigo who is known for tracking back, when you've got Federico Valverde on the right hand side of the midfield, you
Hmm.
would cover for any lapses, defensive lapses that Trent has. So they wanted a creative outlet. They want someone who has perfected the long balls, who has perfected all those crisp passes for their attackers to run into man. They
Hmm.
are sorted. They're sorted. All
If
they
they
need
get
is
a
a good
if they get a competent manager, Real Madrid is like there's
Yeah,
no ceiling
obviously,
to their
talking
team.
about talent, it'll be like insane, dude. Like, yeah, it is what it is. Um, okay, before we continue with the rest of the comments and the rest of the stream, Ayush and Arush and Parth, I think you guys need to leave somewhere.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see you guys soon. Okay, probably on
See you,
Monday.
man.
Probably on Monday. Yeah.
Hopefully
Yep.
Dortmund will win by then, so we can like have a nice.
Man, no. Come on. You're doing this thing again. Barca is winning 4-1. Please.
I want Dortmund and Inter to win, and then Dortmund to reach the
And
final.
he hasn't clocked it. He hasn't
Bro,
clocked it.
I liked how I had a mental block in my mind where I didn't give two fucks about the Bayern and Inter game. No
Hmm.
goal
Yep.
Yeah.
scene, no nothing scene. Enjoy Arsenal's win, bro.
Yep. 100%, man.
Like, yeah. I mean, I did watch the highlights like while
No, but
sitting.
I'm genuinely interested for PSG Villa today. I'm really excited for that one.
Please,
Uh,
Luis Enrique, I beg you to beat Villa. Please. It's my
yeah,
humble request, man.
even
Please
I want
beat
to.
that.
I also don't want to face Villa.
I don't think I'll get to watch the
Man,
match tonight, but let's see.
Especially, I think it's still Arsenal first leg in the semi-final also.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
So we
crazy.
are facing the
But
first.
oh, hold on. We won't move to the semi final, man. We've got to face Madrid.
No, okay.
Calma,
Let
calma,
us assume, but let me
calma,
assume. Let me
calma.
assume, and let me say it. I don't want to face Villa second leg in a semi-final. Yeah,
Hmm.
away.
Yep.
I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Fair
And
enough.
also, a shout out to Raja, who's not joined today. That
Hmm.
guy said we'd either lose 1-0 or win 3-0.
Yeah,
That
he
guy
said it.
cooks.
No,
That guy cooks
yeah.
every time.
He either said 1-0 or we lose 1-0 or 4 or we'll win 4-0.
3 3
He's no.
3.
He said three.
He said
He
3
said
or 4.
he said 1-0 if we do typical Arsenal stuff. But if we
Yep.
play Arsenal, like if we play Real Madrid
Man,
without thinking about anything, it's
That guy
3-0.
should get into like some betting company or
He
something
said
for
he's
real.
three.
incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. He's incredible, man. All hits, no misses. All hits, no misses.
Let's wait for that Jokeris thing. Okay, we'll get at the back of him that time.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, okay. We'll see you
Yep.
guys soon.
See you
Please,
guys.
yeah.
Bye
Uh,
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
okay. The rest of the comments say okay. We yes, we are overrating Arteta, and we'll always do that because we have only seen what he done at our club. We have seen the process. Dude, imagine Arteta in a team where the backroom staff tells, okay, which player you want, will get. Just
Yeah.
imagine,
If you
like
give
from
Arteta Real Madrid, he'll cook. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Like I won't be even surprised if he benches Rodrigo to make sure that there is balance in the team. Sorry, I say I won't be surprised if he benches Vinicius for the sake of balance.
Only issue with Arteta I see is the thing which happened with Pep at Barca, that eventually he got tired of the politics at big clubs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel Arteta at Arsenal has so much control.
Mm-hmm.
That control you won't get at big clubs. Yeah. Yeah. And you have to factor in that Saka, Odegaard and all, literally he made their careers. So they have kind of a respect for him. But
Mm-hmm.
the Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinicius won't have that kind of, respect towards him. Like
No,
he can't assert himself the way he asserts in the Arsenal team.
no.
Like
I feel if he drops them, that's when he starts to assert, right? And if he's able to get results after dropping such personality, then for sure the team will just like chuck all his egos will come and like will just support you, which
we
I
never
think,
know in these
which
big
I
clubs, because in PSG I have seen many top managers fail
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
they couldn't handle Neymar, Mbappe, you
I mean
know.
those are like
So
those
they
are like
Mbappe, Vinicius, Bellingham, these are literally the top names in the football right now. Like
no, I'm
so,
talking about like that is generational talent that you can't really like. I mean, I
if
don't know.
Mbappe plays bad, Arteta is the kind of guy, or if Mbappe doesn't do what he wants him to do,
Hmm.
Arteta is the kind of guy he'll drop anyone. Like
True, true,
you can't
true.
do that. You can't just drop Mbappe at Real Madrid after So
I mean,
I'm
why
saying
not? I mean, if
I
Luis
know
Enrique was able to drop Dembele because of
Real Madrid will say that we get a manager who'll make us win with these guys. You know what
true,
they'll say? They'll do
yeah, yeah,
that. They won't be like, yeah. So Angelotti kind of works because he does that. Like, okay, he
mm-hmm.
has had a bad season this year, but overall he has been so successful at Real Madrid. It's because he
Mm-hmm.
has been able to handle all these egos and play good football. Like so,
True, true.
yeah.
Dr. Vive says we need main character syndrome. With Trossard, no, I kind of agree because
Honestly, I feel like not many people. There is a bit of ego in this Arsenal team. It's
mm,
like they just don't show it. I
mm,
especially loved Saka's press conference. You could feel
yeah,
he was
true.
so pissed that
Mm,
he was getting asked the questions about like we are a
mm,
bad team. Like
mm,
he was like he wanted to say what something else, but obviously he's media trained, so he couldn't
mm,
say what he wanted.
mm,
But
mm,
yeah, I do feel that there is a bit of some players are there. Like I feel Trossard, Miles, Lewis
mm,
Kelly, Saka. I see it somewhat in like Rice, somewhat
mm,
in like Timber. Like these guys have that uh, quality. Like we are good.
right.
Um, we need it.
Rice underplays how talented he like he mentioned that Saka low cross should have been a tap in for Rice, but he stopped his run. And now
Saka
I
was
hope
so
he gets a
angry.
bit of attitude in it, like on this. He
Did you
was
see the video when Saka crossed? He was so angry. No one was there at the end of the cross.
dude, seeing the Saka yesterday
Yeah.
was something. I mean, it was not like the Saka that we saw before the injury. Something changed.
He wanted to like he was angry, I felt. Yeah.
No. It
There
felt
was
like
some anger in him. Yeah.
like I'm him. Like I'm there to do
Yeah.
something for the team. Why? Yeah, it could be ego, it could be attitude. I don't know. Finally, finally, we're seeing that
Every
arrogance.
top player has ego actually. It's like you
Mm-hmm.
can't be a top player without that. Yeah.
True, true. Talk about Partey. We did talk about Partey, Surya.
There's nothing left to
We,
say.
I mean, like the way he controlled that midfield was phenomenal. Like I was scared because you have Jude, you have Modric, you have uh, Kamavinga to make sure that Partey is like
Partey came in
on.
his and it happened with Xhaka also. Partey came in his prime too late for us.
Hmm.
Yeah. We should have had this Partey, or if Partey was younger, it would have been so much better. Like we
No,
solved
see,
so many
no,
issues.
the issue with Partey is that he's
Injuries.
always been injured. He's been always injured. He never had that run of games, no? So
Yeah.
like when you're finally seeing the run of games, you're seeing his quality. This is the
Yeah,
quality
true.
we knew him from Atletico. Now the problem is that due to all those injuries, he's lost a lot of space, a lot of his physicality
Even
as
like
well.
was it last season he got injured in the Palace game, right? Away. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
He
yeah.
had a thigh injury. Yeah, yeah, I
Hmm,
remember.
hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Dr. Vivek, I also, yeah, Dr. Vivek is another person who said that 4-0. Agreed.
Four would have been like even more authority, you know. Like I feel three just leaves the door open. Yeah, like not a lot, but
Hmm.
itna.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
But if it was 4-0, it was completely over.
This season, Saka is different. It seems Henry had that session with him. Plus, Saka is a role model. He sees how he's playing. Unk Saka role at 23. True. The
Yeah,
way Emirates and
Saka has already said that he and Henry keeps chatting. Yeah.
Mhm. No, actually not Saka. Henry keeps telling that I keep talking to Saka. But,
I think Henry is trying to come on the bandwagon a bit.
uh,
Yeah.
we never know. Yeah. True, true. It's
But
nice to see him.
Andre was so like he was a proper Unk Arsenal fan. Like
Mhm.
he's like second leg is left, second leg is left, continuously saying the same thing. He wasn't even enjoying the victory. You know what was the most sad thing? There was no righty video, man. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
righty didn't put any video for the match. Yeah.
Or did we not see it enough? I don't
No,
know.
I saw his Insta. I saw his Insta. I kept on seeing
Uh, like
nothing.
I'm chronically online and I still didn't see his video. So probably he actually didn't put out a video. I guess I don't know.
I was waiting for the righty video, man. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's been our talk regarding the Arsenal versus Madrid game. A lot of things to be still done. We'll probably wait for like a minute or so for like comments before we wrap up the entire stream altogether. So yeah, Salu, any final words in the meantime?
yeah, I mean, honestly, I believe it's wrapped. You know, I don't see us conceding four. Like
Mm,
I don't see it. But obviously, we know Real Madrid's heritage in this competition, and
mm,
obviously, it's you can't take it lightly. Any match
mm,
in the
mm,
Champions League. So
mm,
I expect us to go and play our game
mm,
and play our play the defensive solidity, and
mm,
I feel we can go. We will go through. I don't know what will be the scoreline. It's too difficult to say. Mhm.
yeah.
But
Actually, you know what? Did you watch the Inter versus Bayern versus Inter game like highlights or something?
I was a match. Bayern. I feel Bayern were unlucky to lose.
That's what, because the
Yeah.
first goal was from the most random counter attacks from Inter, right? And Lautaro
But
Martinez.
we have been saying this everything last 4 5 weeks that Inter is a really good team.
True, true.
And honestly, if from that bracket, I want anyone other than Inter. Yeah,
Same, same.
because
Hope, I hope
Inter has
Bayern.
everything that can hurt Arsenal if we reach a final.
Mm,
Because low block,
mm,
great counter-attacking team, solid strikers, solid defenders, and a good keeper. Like
mm, mm,
they have it all.
mm,
That's why I can see Inter being in the final.
mm.
Even I feel they kind of remind me of the 2010 Morino Inter.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they could like even if Barca wins the semi-final, I could see them like troubling Barca.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And also, Inter will have that in their mind na, when they played against City in that final. That loss
yeah.
will be there in their mind, and I am sure he would want to like make
But
sure he gets over.
but yeah, on but I have to say this. I'm not happy with a lot of people writing off Dortmund. Last season also Dortmund, everyone wrote them off, wrote them off, wrote them off, wrote them off, and then they rode their luck into the. They didn't even rode their luck. They played good football to reach the final. And I do feel that they are more of a cup team. Like they have
Mm,
more cup competition, like pedigree, and they have changed their tactics. They're playing back five now.
mm.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
now the Schlotterback is injured. I think the
I
chances
know
of
Slaughterback. The chances are less, but I don't think Barca should be like will win 4-1 or something or like badly.
mm,
I do
mm,
think Dortmund, especially if Dortmund keep it tight in the first
mm,
leg,
mm,
going to Signal Iduna Park, no, it's not easy.
mm.
It's not going to be easy.
So,
I do think that tie will be more tight than people think. Yeah.
same, same. I think Ainsley did say that with the amount of games that they're playing, like every 2.5
Hmm.
days they're playing a game. I think fatigue
Yeah.
will also come into a picture. So, you see.
But PSG Villa is the most difficult one to call, honestly.
Dr. Vivek says Sky had that Paul Mason. Oh yeah,
Yeah. I
really
saw that.
true, true. By the way, Sturridge was glad to. Our only dikkat at Merit is the biased referees. We'll see. By the way, Bellingham was Which yellow?
Why would he give him? I don't think he did any foul which deserved a yellow.
I thought
Yeah.
that was Kamavinga ka
I
yellow.
felt Kamaviga should have got many yellows before
Ah,
he got the
same,
yellow.
same.
Yeah.
Is it the foul that Jude had on Saka? Because I felt that was like a normal foul and
Yeah.
not like a yellow.
Honestly, I didn't feel Real Madrid had a very aggressive game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's what hurt them. I feel.
Array that Odegaard one.
I feel he's talking about the one like. Is it first half or second half? I don't remember. Because first half there was a situation where I think was it Miles or Declan or Mikel Merino getting fouled. Then immediately Odegaard got fouled, and then they went on a counter. Real Madrid. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I don't quite remember what you're talking about.
And then the ref didn't give both the fouls for us in the first half
Hmm.
in that play. So I remember that, but
Second half, bro, go watch it again.
might have to watch it again. Yeah.
Probably after you watch it again.
I need some reason to watch this highlights again. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
We just three here, so we'll just give our like final verdict, our predictions for the UCL game, and then we'll wrap up the.
yeah.
Barca was Dortmund and Barca home. What are your predictions, Dr. Vivek? Do let us know in the comments as well. What are your predictions?
A 2-1 to Barca. Yeah,
2-1 to Barca. Same.
yeah.
I do feel it is 2-1 to Barca. No, not 2-1. I think it'll be like a 1-0. Like it'll be like a chill 1-0. It's not like I don't think Barca will be too hard also because they still have the league on the line. No? So I
Yeah.
think it'll be like a chill 1-0 game. Dr. Vivek, let us know what are your predictions. And for the PSG versus Aston Villa. Damn, I thought they're playing Villa. I thought they're playing at Villa Park first, but okay.
No, Villa is
PSG
home.
Villa.
Yeah, Villa will be
PSG
home
versus
second.
Villa. Mm-hmm.
It's the most difficult one to call, honestly. But I hope because I'm going to watch this game 3-2 to PSG. I want a good one. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, 3-2 to PSG. Oh, Dr. Vivek says 3-1 to Barca, but I want Dortmund to win the same.
yeah. Even I want Dortmund to win. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are your predictions for PSG versus Aston Villa, Dr. Vivek? Yours is what? 2-1 to
3-2, 3-2 to PSG. Yeah,
Wow. 3-2 is
yeah,
still like a very.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what it leaves open the second leg. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what.
I feel a weird two. I feel like a weird 1-1.
But honestly, I could honestly see Villa just winning 2-1 or something. Yeah, I could just see it. Like Emi Martinez has some insane game or something. Yeah.
No, also for the fact that Rashford and Asensio are like in form, and Morgan's
And
not the
Rashford is returning to PSG after his iconic performance after.
yeah.
Yeah, so
How can you forget? Yeah,
yeah.
that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that eight match streak
That's
that they
not
won.
even iconic, honestly. I don't know how they won that match.
Uh,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
True. I feel like a weird 1-1 draw. Dr. Vivek, once you let us know your predictions, we'll wrap up the stream. Okay, we have. In my opinion, it's both. It's not that difficult. PSG will eat Aston Villa. Just that Aston Villa might have 3 to 4 brilliant level control. On counters, they're insane. They just go. Pew! So you never know. But what are your predictions, though?
I mean, that's why Rashford fits Aston Villa so much better. Yeah.
I guess a bit too delayed and a bit too awkward to just stand here, sit here. Uh, anyways, any final words, Saluk?
Yeah, I'm excited for
4 on PSG, damn crazy.
next week, and hopefully we'll see PSG in the semi-final then, as per Dr. Vivek. Yeah.
Yep. It'll be nice. We'll definitely catch up on Monday. Today we did
Which
this
is the PL game we have on the weekend?
Brentford. I think.
Brentford at home.
I think so.
Yeah, we played them away already.
Oh yeah, Brentford. Brentford at home. So, uh, Raja. I will throw my slipper. I'll throw my slipper on your face. I came to Starbucks in slipper. I'll throw my slipper from here. Come on, you Gunners, my log, and good night, brother men. Just one question, Salman bhai, are you still?
I mean, a lot of people ask me this question. because they are very desperate to know. Yeah, yeah. I guess sadly,
Yeah.
don't tell anyone though.
Uh,
Mm,
on that note, we will end the stream. Till we see you guys on Monday, or maybe who knows, we might have another stream on Friday. Let's see. Till then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're in the world. Bye bye. Peace.
Bye.